You can already tell the stream is starting well when I'm laughing like this, my friends. But welcome to the second annual Oscar prediction reaction live stream over here on my channel. My name is Zack. I always love talking cinema and all things entertainment on the regular. If you guys are new here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can. We are inching oh so close to 1,000 over here on my channel somehow, some way. I thank you all so very much. And we're going to have some fun because obviously you can see I have a very esteemed panel in front of you here. Last year I had Low on this Oscar live stream, and here he is back again from the Suit Up Geeks. How you doing, my friend?
A little flustered, man. Traffic hit way harder than normal today.
Oh,
Pardon the delay,
yeah.
everybody, but I'm glad to be here. And surprisingly, I'm not terribly upset, minus a few tiny egregious snubs.
Oh, yeah. And we will talk about all of those snubs. And speaking of hot takes, we have Ryan also from the Suit Up Geeks podcast. How are you, my friend?
I'm not doing good, Zack. I gotta tell you that, sir. I am not doing good.
No.
No, I'm not doing good because, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'll say this on the show. I watched the Oscars in the shower this morning, and I was crying a bit. I was crying a little bit, and I got so mad at some of these snubs, bro. I'm saying that Spider-Man No Way Home, Best Picture, baby. Let's go. That's still in the Oscars campaign for next year, baby. Don't forget it. But it don't matter. And it just gets me as angry as Loretto does. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for letting me be here, Zack.
Absolutely. I'm just glad to have you all here, and I'm very happy to welcome for the first time on my channel a guy I've collaborated with many times. I was just on his channel about a month ago for the greatest movie of the 90s tournament, which was a good amount of fun. I have Ryan O'Toole here with me. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk Oscar nominations that just got announced today, especially some hot takes I may have, and pretty mad about a certain snub about a man that did a film that rhymes with prune. We'll talk about that one later. But Zack, thanks for having me, man.
Foreshadowing. Hey, pleasure was all mine, my friend, and pleasure to have everybody here. And I have left all of their deets down in the description box below. Go give them follows on social media. They deserve all the love in the world. And also go give their channels the subscription as well, because they absolutely deserve it. Look at everybody here in the chat. Thank you all for being so patient with us. Film Lover 134, I see you. Welcome, my friend. Luke is already talking about Last Night in Soho being a big snub for the Oscars this year. I mean, I would have loved to have seen Edgar Wright on the list for director, but he just doesn't get nominated. He's not an Academy favorite for whatever reason. It's egregious. But this is the big surprise that I actually wanted to cover real quick. Power of the Dog, a movie I gave like a B+ to when I first saw it, received the most nominations from the Academy this morning at 12. I'll go ahead and start with Ryan O'Toole on the top. What did you think when you saw this? Power of the Dog.
Yeah, so The Power of the Dog's an interesting one. So I didn't see this film when it came out automatically. I caught it late before the end of the year. And I agree with you, Zack. I thought it was solid. I gave it like a B+ or a B. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was good. Jesse Plemons was probably my favorite, and I'm happy he got in here. And it's just a movie that it doesn't have that rewatchability factor for me. Like it's very good. Like all around good filmmaking, but 12, pretty shocking.
Yeah, it's like going to be in the same conversation as like a La La Land with the most Oscar nominations now. I never thought I'd see the day, but Ryan, down below, Power of the Dog, you have any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, the power is fucking weak. No.
I love it. I agree. I love it.
Zack, no, I agree with you. I think it's like more of a B+ movie, in my opinion, for me. Just like Ryan as well. I didn't rush to see this. I was kind of cautiously hesitant towards it. I like the actors in it, but I really wasn't sure what the movie was. I was kind of afraid it might have just turned into another Nomadland where it's just beautiful and the story really just doesn't lead anywhere. You're just following these people, this one relationship. And Power of the Dog was a good film. And that's the thing for the Academy. I feel like when all of us are looking at what we think are the best films of the year, I think we all add that little touch of rewatchability because that's what makes a film. A film is something to go back to and appreciate. We buy art to look at it every day. We put it in our walls to look at it every day. We don't just watch a movie to say, oh, look, that was good acting, that looked gorgeous, and it was a beautiful, well-framed shot. Yes,
Right.
that is what goes into a film, but also being able to go back to it, look at it, appreciate it. And honestly, with some of the films that I've been getting in particular, some that are nominated for the Oscars this year, I feel like have that great technical aspect that makes a great film, but also has that rewatchability that really keeps you coming back. And I think ultimately that's the thing that really weighs the Power of the Dog down for me. And I'll be honest, I'm not a big Cody Schmidt Mcphee fan. I don't think he was the best performance or the best supporting performance in the year. I definitely agree with Benedict and Kirsten. I definitely think they stuck out. Jesse Plemons, I love him as an actor, but with this movie, I don't know. I'm mixed on where I felt with his nomination, but overall, it's an Oscar movie. That's truly what it is.
Yeah, and I can get into more details about Jesse Plemons myself when we get there, but I do see Lowe's comment down here about Power of the Dog, which is awesome here. Lowe, I mean, yeah, Power of the Dog, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a Netflix movie and it's a critic favorite, but I think you put it very well here, man. It's a fine film, but you know, not like Best Picture worthy. I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one for sure.
I actually have some hot takes, but I'll wait till we start getting into it.
Yes. Here we go. Hot takes only, everybody. Leave your hot takes down in the chat here. Adrian thinks Licorice Pizza should win Best Picture, for example.
I've not seen it.
Highly disagree.
I've avoided the movie. I've avoided it.
We'll talk about that one.
It is all subjective for sure. Absolutely. But let's just go ahead and get into this, my friends. We have a bunch of people watching this. Oh my gosh, I'm so blown away right now. This is so awesome. Okay, so we're actually taking this list of nominees from off the Hollywood Reporter website, and we're just going to go bottom to top. If you want to follow along on the website, you're more than welcome to. We're going to start off with what we have for Best Visual Effects. This is the only time you're going to hear Spider-Man No Way Home's name mentioned in any of these categories tonight, which is, fuck off, Academy. How dare you?
Right?
But you also
come on,
have
Academy.
Come on. But you also have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is one of Lowe's favorites. No Time to Die, Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds and his abnormally large muscles, and Dune. I personally think that this is an easy one. You know, if it's the Academy, they're probably going to go with Dune here. But I mean, this is great recognition to see the MCU in here, not once, but twice, and for its two best entries of last year, in my opinion. But Lo, I'll let you go ahead and take this one first. I know you were at least happy to see Shang-Chi in here.
Oh, definitely. Even though I had some issues with the third act initially, the water sequence when you see the water map and just all of that land that they go into towards the end is beautiful with all those mythical creatures and stuff like that. But interestingly enough, I'm gonna piss off Ryan again.
God bless you, Lo.
I'm gonna be honest. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Spider-Man fan and I like the movie, but to be honest, the visual effects wasn't its strongest suit.
So I feel about Shang-Chi, bro. Deal with it.
Like the draw of Spider-Man is the characters, all the Willem Dafoe and the Tobys and the Andrew Garfields, but the visual effects, you could tell it was a little bit rushed. I didn't like the fact that they shot the finale at night. I thought it'd been cool to see them all in their bright and glory, but besides that, I think the Suicide Squad definitely could have got in over that.
Wait. Hold up. So you're telling me out of all 5 of these, the first one you would switch on this list is Spider-Man No Way Home, bro?
Precisely.
No fucking way.
I'm
No
gonna be honest,
fucking way with Free Guy on this list.
Well, you know what? Free Guy is definitely on that lower part of the totem too. But what I'm saying is,
bro.
As much as I love the MCU, Spider-Man No Way Home is far from one of the best looking MCU films, and there's been a lot.
Yeah.
So that's
I mean,
my gripe with this list.
I mean,
Yeah, so
I think that Lowe makes a fair point shooting the finale like in the late evening going into the morning. I love the sunrise fight between Peter and Norman Osborn on the broken off Captain America's shield.
Oh,
All
that fight
as the
was
sun is rising,
amazing.
which was
I
freaking
mean,
awesome. But I mean, at least it's not shooting it at night for like Venom or something like that, where you have just all black there and you have a
Yeah.
black all black Carnage with his black Carnage outfit, and it's the stupidest looking thing. But anyway, I mean,
Can I say one thing? I'll put a stamp in it.
of course.
So
he's trying to push
when
me.
we get that initial swing with our boys with the Spider-Man, that would have looked amazing in daylight. It just, not that I couldn't tell and see what was going on, but with the low lighting, with the dark lighting, it just didn't look as beautiful as I wanted it to look. And when they all land on the statue and they all pose, that would have looked awesome in the sunlight or in the daylight, in my opinion. So
Ryan's so ready to take you on, Lo.
Dude, you don't even know.
Take it away.
Okay, yo. So I agree. Spider-Man No Way Home, nowhere near, I think, the best effects in the world.
Yeah.
But I am flabbergasted that you would choose this over Free Guy, first of all. You already get that. But second
Yeah,
of all,
that's mine.
I get the argument that this was shot at night, but Shang-Chi was literally shot over a rain cloud. Like black and gray at that point literally makes no difference. And I think that was like one of my gripes with Shang-Chi. I'm not saying that would be the first one I take off the list. I think Free Guy and No Time to Die would be the first two over Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, and Dune. But personally, I think this is a pretty obvious winner overall. I think we all just know Dune is going to win this. I mean, that movie looks fucking flawless, if not anything. And with at least all four of these movies, you can at least nitpick at least a certain thing. Free Guy, bro, that Ryan Reynolds close-up shot of him in the Jack body of his like neckline, bro,
Solid impression.
Do you like not proportionate with your body? I don't know if you remember that when you were born, but
yeah,
yeah,
sure.
but like Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, you can obviously
Zach,
nitpick.
can I go?
Oh yeah.
Take it away, Ryan. I'm good.
Yeah, I know this is not the only time you want to talk about Dune tonight, Ryan. So I'll let you take this one.
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Kong was snubbed in this category.
Yeah, dude,
it
and
was.
the Suicide Squad.
Free Guy, I loved Free Guy, but not visual effects nomination worthy. Godzilla versus Kong had way better effects.
Yeah, so the way I would have done this list, I mean, Free Guy, as fun as that movie was, I don't think it had better visual effects than Godzilla versus Kong or even the Suicide Squad. And I would even switch out No Time to Die over, the Suicide Squad and all that.
No Time to Die had great effects.
It has great effects, but like, it's hard. I feel like effects now, there might be a point where you just have to separate them. I mean, there's a very massive difference between visual effects and practical effects. And I think they're two very separate fields that should be looked at very separately. And so, like, for me to say, like, No Time to Die shouldn't be on here is just not possible, because it absolutely deserves to be because it has great effects. But the problem is, the four other movies are all visual effects. Not many of them are very practical. You watch the behind the scenes of Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, Free Guy, and Dune. Dune does have a lot of practical sets, but like, dude, it has a lot of visual effects at the same time.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? So I just find it very hard to figure out where I think this movie deserves to be in context of winning or close to winning when you have it up against four movies that are practically made in a computer almost.
Yeah,
Spider-Man No Way Home, I think we can all agree it's not like the best visual effects we've seen in the MCU.
But like none of it is real. That's the thing. It looks so good for a real background world. You know what I mean? Like you would never second guess they're not in New York if you were never told. And I feel like that's where the difference is enough that it's really hard to judge. And I feel like that's just my opinion, though. Sorry for talking a lot.
No. You're fine. You're fine. This is what it's all about, man. Hot takes, getting our opinions out there. But I mean, if if I were the Academy, like if I had to pick between these 5, it would probably be Dune if I were awarding the Oscar today. Just based on, everything that's been said here. Spider-Man and Shang-Chi are both like, they've soared into my top 10 MCU films just in the past year, but I don't think that this is an award that they should be winning. Like, I mean, Best Picture, if either one of those are nominated for Best Picture, I am down with that for sure. But
Also,
I
can I
mean,
just throw this out? Also, can I just throw this
yeah,
out?
you're good.
I'm not a
Yeah.
huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of Eternals, but I think Eternals effects are better than No Way Home and Shang-Chi.
Same. It's the best looking
Mhm.
Marvel film without a doubt. And like that's mind boggling that it didn't even make it in over Shang-Chi and Spider-Man.
But
Like, bro,
Godzilla
you
versus
might as well
Kong
just
should have
put
been in
fucking
there.
Black Widow in there and call it a day and say, here, Marvel, here's another $15 million.
Another 15 mil. Yeah.
For no reason,
Eternals.
just giving it.
Yeah, just no reason at all. But yeah, I mean, Jacoby said it best. At least Black Widow was not nominated. But here we are, Best Production Design category. There is Dune again, Nightmare Alley, which is a movie I am going to be freaking backing all the way throughout this stream. I love the Nightmare Alley so much. The Power of the Dog, the first of 12. The Tragedy of Macbeth, or the Scottish Tragedy, as I will be calling it throughout the rest of the stream. And along with West Side Story, another movie I adored. But I mean, this is another tough one to call. I mean, Dune just got visual effects in my predictions. I don't think The Power of the Dog had better production design than any one of the other 3. It's really a toss-up. But I mean, if we're going off of best looking films, I mean, sentimentally, I would say West Side Story, but I would love to see Nightmare Alley take this one home. I'm gonna let O'Toole go first on this one. What do you think of this category?
I'm not a fan of Nightmare Alley, like everybody is.
There it is.
I'm not a Del Toro stan like everybody else is. I think his films are fine, but Nightmare Alley kind of bored me. I can agree. I can agree. I can agree the production's good, but I miss Belfast isn't even in here. I thought that had better production design, if you ask me. Dune, I think Dune's my pick for this category. I think Dune had excellent production design all the way through. Power of the Dog is fine. I haven't seen The Tragedy of Macbeth yet. I still need to check that one out.
So good.
And West Side Story, I'm happy that got in here because I was afraid it was going to get snubbed in here. But yeah, Dune would be my pick for sure.
West Side Story does have a few snubs, which I'll get to, but
yeah,
Tragedy of Macbeth is actually my personal favorite movie I've seen so far in 2022. I don't know if it's my personal favorite thing I've seen, like entertainment wise. I think that distinction goes to Peacemaker easily, but Tragedy of Macbeth, I mean, that's movie wise, that's the best thing I've seen so far in this short year that we've had up to this point. But other Ryan, I mean, Nightmare Alley is a good film. But I mean, what are your thoughts on seeing so many, so much theater representation here? I mean, you have Macbeth and West Side Story both making the cut here.
I know. So, man, this was hard. So I thought West Side Story is good. I'm not crazy about it. I don't think it does I don't really think it does anything visually different than you'd probably see on the Broadway show, which is really the thing that pushes it down on the list for me. But it's the Academy. But I'm going to get to that argument later. I'll get to that argument later. Tragedy of Macbeth was on my list to win and a personal winner of mine until I started really thinking about Nightmare Alley. I love the Tragedy of Macbeth. It's gorgeous, bro. I mean, like, even if you don't like vibe with the story and you find it kind of bored, like even what they do with the aspect ratio and changing the borders of it to change the shape of the I think it was brilliant what they did. But like Nightmare Alley, when we're talking about production design, bro,
so
the amount of detail where you have to, regardless of how you feel about what the movie is or like the script itself or the performances, dude, like
freaking loved it.
I'm trying to remember. Oh my god, why can't I remember her name? I'm blanking on her name.
It was so Nightmare Alley. I'm thinking of Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara.
Yeah. So Cate Blanchett's office, dude, was so gorgeous. The carnival,
so lush, wasn't it?
Dude, the carnival just reeked off the screen, bro. Like it immersed me like nothing else, and it's hard. Like Dune is great as well, but like it's a pretty bare production design when you look at
Yeah.
Nightmare Alley, Tragedy Macbeth, and West Side Story in particular. I think that's the one thing Dune and Power of the Dog have that don't have that the other three highly have. But I think I'm hoping Nightmare Alley wins as my wannabe winner, and I do think it will win. I'm going out on a high here, baby.
You know, I honestly, if Nightmare Alley takes this home, I will be the happiest little man because it's like I agree with you. You really felt like you were at that carnival. It just felt so grimy.
I never
and
wanted to
gross
leave, bro.
and at the same time, you just didn't want to be
I
there. It
kinda
just felt
did.
so unsettling. you know?
Also, the rich dude's like garden, fucking gorgeous, bro. The third act when it's snowing, I mean, holy fucking shit.
Yes,
I
yes.
love beautiful snow scenery. Sorry.
Oh no! It's all good. It's all good. I know Lowe's a big fan of Nightmare Alley. I know you were giddy to see it nominated as many times as it was.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah, I was
man.
shocked,
And
yeah.
Like you guys, I was overjoyed with it. I wrote a really passionate review about it. I love film noir. That's something that I kind of a lot of my film analysis came from being in film class, watching a lot of film noir, and Del Toro nailed it, man. I have a lot to talk about this film, but what I will say is I'm rooting for it. I don't think I'm scared it's not gonna win. I'm scared something like Power of the Dog or something might steal it, but I'm rooting for Nightmare Alley for sure, man. The Rooney Mara's electric chair, and
Oh, so
Such
cool,
a
wasn't
great
that?
scene, bro.
yeah, man. It's
Visually,
just,
so
dude,
good.
visually so astonishing too.
like it went from like really gothic and freaky to like the upper class of that town that Bradley Cooper ended up doing his scams in. It was just gorgeous. It captured the time, So
Bradley Cooper. I'll get to him in a little bit, but
yes,
yeah, that's a really good category. We do have Best International Feature over here. Drive My Car. The first time I've seen that, title anywhere. Shout out to Let's Be Real with Brad, who did review that on his channel. Flea, which is on this list a good amount of times. Hand of God, haven't seen that yet. And then those other two films. Lunana, I have not seen that. The Worst Person in the World, haven't seen that. But I mean, just going off of just going off of the list of nominees, Drive My Car was nominated for Best Picture. I don't know if I could speak for the rest of the group, but I feel like it's pretty safe to assume that's taking this category home. But I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I mean, I still got to see Flea. I got to see Drive My Car. Yeah, and The Worst Person in the World. I wanted to check that one out as well, but yeah.
Norwegian film. That's freaking awesome, man. But
I agree. I agree with Ryan. Like, that's the worst thing about this international list is Drive My Car hasn't hit the States yet, as far as my knowledge, to like an accessibility rate that most of us can get it. Flea, I found out, is on Hulu for anyone that wants to watch it for free. So I'm gonna try and watch that tonight or tomorrow. And The Worst Person in the World only just came out in theaters around the 4th, I believe, in the United States. So it's probably going to take. So I hope I can watch it before the Oscars because that would help. And then The Hand of God, I have no clue when that's coming to streaming because I have heard of it.
Isn't it on Netflix? I could have sworn it was on Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat if Hand of God is on Netflix.
Let us know because I want to watch that.
Yeah, but, if you've seen any of these films, if anybody in the chat has seen any of these films, let us know what you thought or what you think is going to take this award home because I'm honestly stumped. And going through like the rest of the nominees, I feel like my instinct is Drive My Car for this one. But again, as someone who hasn't seen any of these, I have no earthly idea. But
I think a sleeper would be The Worst Person in the World. I really think that's going to be it, to be honest. Like, I can see why you're saying Drive My Car, but like, dude, I get it's been nominated for Best Picture, but there's been a lot of talk about The Worst Person in the World, a lot more than Drive My Car. So that I feel like that's the thing between those two movies that we're really going to see.
I'm definitely curious to see all of these, but I do see another very interesting category here, gentlemen. It's Best Cinematography. Here we go. So ready for the hot takes. Dune, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. Literally the exact same list of nominees for production design.
Again, Belfast, man. Belfast.
Belfast was snubbed.
Dude, don't even talk about Belfast being snubbed for cinematography. I'm literally pissed to a fucking brim about that. That was literally my favorite thing about that film.
Yeah, it's gosh, I mean, the Academy always makes mistakes like this, and there's many more instances where we'll just get so upset. But I mean, Dune. Let me just say this. Dune cinematography was fantastic, but could you imagine a freaking Roger Deakins cinematography for Dune, like similar to Blade Runner 2049?
So, oh my god, I can't even fathom.
It'd be like,
nothing gets better than 2049, baby.
No,
yeah,
no.
Let's not bring up 2049.
Let's just stop talking about this.
One of my villain origin stories.
Can we just give the award to 2049 over all of these? Yeah. So I do find it interesting that the cinematographer for Tragedy of Macbeth, actually the same guy who did Half-Blood Prince way back in the day, and I will be reviewing that this coming week on my channel.
The most underrated Harry Potter movie.
Oh, so good, isn't it? So good, and beautiful cinematography as well. Tragedy of Macbeth with its aspect ratio, I feel like that's gonna be a big, like, enticing point.
Jacoby, thank you. Yeah. The Green Knight was snubbed. The Green Knight.
It was.
It was the Green Knight. Sound, baby.
The Green Knight was snubbed for cinematography. Yes. There were a lot of Green Knight snubs, and I'm sure, like my buddy Leo, Larry Chilson loved The Green Knight. Some people have claimed it a masterpiece, and it's nowhere to be found really, except for a couple of these categories. But I mean, Christian says this is the perfect 5. I mean,
I don't know about perfect 5.
Perfect 5. I mean, Jacob Hubbard, my buddy Jacob Hubbard. These are all great. Nothing beats Soho for my fave all year, though. Yeah, Soho was snubbed, I think, for editing and for directing, and we've discussed that. But again, if I were in the Academy, just going off of this list, I think I would say, the Scottish Tragedy. Personally, I'm hoping that's what takes it home, just because that's the guy who did a Harry Potter movie that I'm going to be talking about soon. It's just, if the Oscars were today, I would want Macbeth to take it home. But I'm going to start with low on this one. What's your instinct here for best cinematography?
Oh man, I don't have a strong opinion on it, but I feel like this one might be linked to our possible Best Picture winner. I wouldn't be surprised if Power of the Dog steals this from everybody. But if I'm rooting for something, Tragedy of Macbeth blew my mind. A lot of the way they shot things and the way they played with the shadows and the black and the white in that film was just incredible. A lot of like visual like magics, like literally in terms of the way they photographed Tragedy of Macbeth, and that's what I'm rooting for. Dune was up there too. It took my breath away with its otherworldly shots, but. I think if this is a toss up in my opinion, but we'll see what happens.
Definitely a toss up. Top Ryan O'Toole. What's your opinion on this?
Yeah, I mean, West Side Story, great. Tragedy Macbeth, I still need to see. Power of the Dog, excellent cinematography. I think that's one of the things we can say that's best about the movie. Totally. Nightmare Alley, okay. Dune, fantastic cinematography. So I would root for either Dune or Power of the Dog here for cinematography for sure.
I would love to see Nightmare Alley take it home just to, prove Ryan wrong over here. It's a great freaking film. Anyway, so Ryan's shaking his head, of course.
I'm tired, bro. I'm tired.
You're tired? You're tired of this?
I'm tired.
Nonsense?
Tired of listening to this nonsense.
No Time to Die. Thank you, Eric.
No Time to Die.
Great cinematography.
Eric is absolutely right for sure. No Time to Die.
La La Land cinematographer did it. I forgot.
Yeah, no wonder that film looks
Linus.
So good, huh?
What's his name? Linus.
Well, thank God he made La La Land, because that movie looks so much better.
Then No Time to Die?
Yeah.
What? Wait a minute.
What is happening?
Cinematically, no, but I will tell you guys one thing. Power of the Dog is taking this easily. I think Dune has too much visual effects when you look in comparison of these next 4, which in comparison to Dune really don't have much. Power of the Dog has little to none. Tragedy of Macbeth Not really, because I know even they got contortionist to play the witches in that movie. So like even that they didn't
Nuts.
visually alter. West Side Story is West Side fucking Story. Like they used prop guns for crying out loud. That's the one disadvantage Dune has against all four of these. I don't succeed, but it's literally got last year's Best Picture winner written all over it as well. It visually looks stunning, and depending on who wins Best Director, Best Picture, I don't know, dude. The
Colby brings up a
Power of the
good
Dog
point.
is really up in the air, man.
But at the same
that's
point,
all I
it's
know.
Roger Deakins.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
poor
Tragedy of
Roger
Macbeth,
Deakins.
dude, is gorgeous.
It's
I
a
can't wait to
great
see
looking
it.
film.
It's dude, I love the dreamlike state they really decide to hammer in on that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I really think it's Power of the Dog, but I'm really back and forth between Power and Tragedy.
Yeah, Power and Tragedy. That sounds like a completely
It
different movie. in and
sounds
of
like my
itself.
next romance novel.
Oh no! Relax, relax.
The
But
Power and
no
Tragedy of
time.
Ryan Wardak.
because we got best original song to talk about next, gentlemen,
There's
we have
just no time to die.
I swear to God, if No Time to Die wins, I'm gonna cry.
what?
I'm sorry.
I'll
It's such
start
a-
with
I
you,
know.
Ryan. Then
I'll
no
be
time.
so happy if it wins.
Nah, dude. Like, I swear to God, if I've ever slept to a song unintentionally, it's got to be this song.
Oh no,
Dude, like Billie Eilish, I know she's like the somber tone. I like some of her songs. I'm not saying I dislike her, but No Time to Die makes me wish I had time to die. Like, holy shit, bro.
Oh my
Talk about a
god.
snooze fest. But honestly, I think either Dos Orugues, because it's Lin-Manuel Miranda, everyone loves Encanto. I haven't seen it yet, but I know a lot of people have been talking about the album. But I like a low-key sleeper pick for me that I kind of want is Down to Joy from Belfast, just because of how much I loved it.
it's a good song. It's a really, really good song. And Ryan,
I know.
Ryan,
I'm getting the hate. What can I say?
Yeah. I know. I know O'Toole loves Belfast for sure. In that song in there. So
Yeah, I like seeing it there. But picks, come on, it's No Time to
Dude,
Die.
I'm gonna eat shit for this. I know it. I know it. Dude, I'm fully prepared.
live on a stream.
I did like whatever. Clip this if you want. If it wins, I'm fully prepared for it. But I'm speaking my mind, motherfucker.
Yes. Well, Be Alive from King Richard. I honestly don't even remember that song. In all honesty, I have to go back and listen to it. But
is that from the credits or something? I don't remember.
Yeah, probably. But No Time to Die. I will tell you this: the title song there, it's not the best Bond song out there. It's certainly no Skyfall. Certainly no Skyfall, and certainly no.
You know my name, Chris Cornell. Yeah.
Yes, no Chris Cornell at all. Honestly, I even think the Sam Smith song from Spectre was better than that one. But I liked Writing on the Wall. You can fight me on that one, but
Yeah, you guys are
I go with No Time to Die, but I like that song too. I like Writings on the Wall too.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like what's holding No Time to Die back is I feel like as much as I love Billie Eilish, and I've said this many times before, I just feel like she was the wrong person to sing that song. I think you needed someone with, a lot more like, oomph, I guess. If that makes sense. I do know that a few other names have been thrown around on other reviews, and I don't want to like pinpoint all of them, but I don't know. I mean, Billie Eilish is a great singer. I have no problem with her, but it's I mean,
no, come on, Zach. You must clearly hate her, man.
I don't hate her, Ryan. You probably hate her though.
Not probably.
I don't mind Billie Eilish.
You don't mind Billie Eilish, Lo? Do you like Billie Eilish?
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
She's pretty cool. Do
you heard it first from
for
Loretta.
a bad guy.
Cool.
Do you think she's good enough to win Best Original Song here, though?
I haven't seen No Time to Die, and I've never even heard the song. I'm gonna be honest. I've been quiet because I haven't heard any of these songs. I saw Belfast.
Fine.
I don't remember where the song was though.
Loretto, stop.
I mean, we've heard.
I was quiet.
We've heard "No Time to Die" for like nearly 2 years now since the pandemic. So
if it's on the radio, I don't listen to the radio.
The song premiered, I think, before COVID started. So we've had like years.
Yeah, because of all the delays and everything. But
I really like "No Time to Die" the movie, and I do like the "No Time to Die" song. It is very chill, and it fits the tone of the movie, I would say. But it's not my favorite Bond song. Like, there's GoldenEye's a better song.
I cannot tell you how much I fucking hate this song when it released in 2020. And then I totally did not like this song. And then Bond got delayed like 20 fucking times. And then I forgot about the song until the Oscars or until I saw the movie. Forgot about it again. Then the Oscars reminded me of the now I'm sitting here having to talk about it. And I'm just like, fuck.
Can I respond to the Eric Thorpe in the chat? Do you
absolutely can.
Do you remember what the Quantum of Solace song is?
I don't.
That's definitely the worst. He's saying that Ryan's on the Wall is the worst of the Craig songs. Listen to the Quantum of Solace song. Do you remember?
I don't fucking remember the Quantum of Solace song. It's like
that's easily the worst. That's easily the worst.
Bro, people don't even remember Quantum of Solace. What makes you?
Who's the villain again? Yeah, who's the villain?
Just some random like Italian dude or something.
The villain of Quantum of Solace is the fact that it exists. But anyway,
another studio villain story.
Probably the
most
writer's
likely... strike is the villain.
That being said, though, I do think that the all this Bond song discussion, man. But I feel like Billie Eilish has a good chance to take this. I would love to see Dos Origuitas take this home for Encanto. But notice there is no In the Heights on here, which is it's a blasphemy. And it's a tragedy that the Academy did not acknowledge In the Heights one time. In the Heights is better than West Side Story. You heard me right.
I agree. I agree.
I don't think very highly.
Write a new song for this, because if it was previously made, it wouldn't. Original song.
He did write.
Fair.
He did. He did write one new song for the movie. I'm pretty sure.
It did premiere on Broadway in 2009, though. So Low is correct in that front. So. But I mean, like, you'll notice there is no mention of In the Heights anywhere. Not a nomination for Best Picture, not a nomination for John M. Chu for directing, even though it's a gorgeously directed film. It just bugs me. Absolutely bugs me. Jacob is mad that I think In the Heights is better than West Side Story, because it totally is. Cisco, thank you.
Oh, dude, Jacob is really gonna
second favorite film last year.
Oh man!
No way, bro! No way!
Let's just get to this next category, whatever it is. So let's get past this advertisement. Best documentary feature. I have no freaking clue. Best documentary short. I mean,
Can I just say real quick, because I've seen Flea.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna win, but it was such a cool concept, and the animation's really cool.
Oh yeah,
I got a snub. Sure. I got a snub since I'm only watching Flea soon.
Yes, Ryan was talking about this before the stream started, so I'll let you take this.
I think The Rescue got snubbed for a nomination this year. Didn't have to win, but at least a nomination. So the director of The Rescue is about the soccer team that got trapped in the tunnel in like Asia a few years ago. And this is the same director that won the best documentary for Free Solo. Sorry, I don't know why I said
Free Solo.
For Free Solo back in 2018. So whatever you see in that movie, like his visual style of representing the problems is enhanced times 20 in this movie. And dude, I love it so much. I
love the Free Solo documentary. Now I got to see it.
Oh, dude, if you love Free Solo, what he does with the rescue, dude, you're gonna go fucking bananas. I'm really curious to see what you think now. But like, absolute snub. But I'm really curious to see Flea. And I know Summer of Souls on Hulu, but I honestly forgot about it.
Yeah, and Lo, you've seen Flea, correct?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, and thumbs up.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. It was a very it's a miraculous tale, and just the way they did it with animation, I thought that was a really cool concept to portray. Like it's essentially a documentary. Even when you watched it with the animation, it's all
sure.
It's really cool.
For sure. Yeah, Flea seems like a shoe in here on that front, but Jacoby, I have to mention this comment back to best original song. He mentioned We Don't Talk About Bruno should have got in instead of Dos Origuitas, but they didn't pick it. That is Disney's most played song on the radio now, overtaking Let It Go somehow, some way. My thing is, why do they not talk about Bruno when they sing about him for 4 minutes? That's my thing. That's my thing. They can
Very
sing
good
about
question.
Bruno, but they can't talk about him. So
I like Luis's song, that Pressure song. That
yes,
drip, drip, drip.
yes,
that song was cool.
The Strong Chick song. I love that
Yeah.
thing. Why was that not nominated? Oh yeah, but we're already talking about Encanto, and here it is in Best Animated Feature alongside Flea, Luca, The Mitchells versus the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon. Gentlemen, I feel like this is one of my two most anticipated categories the whole night here, just because I feel like this is a stacked list. I feel like the Academy got it right on the button. Not seeing really any snubs here. Encanto is fantastic, great theater experience. Haven't seen Flea yet, but based on Lowe's review, I will be checking it out. Luca is a great Pixar film, looks phenomenal. The Mitchells versus the Machines, so much fun. Probably even more fun than Into the Spider-Verse if I really thought about it. Raya and the Last Dragon might be my pick, though. I think it's going to steal this one. I think it's the most socially relevant of all of these films. I liked Raya more than Encanto on first glance. I've seen Raya more. It's more rewatchable, I think. Encanto's great. And it won't surprise me once this inevitably takes this category, and I think it will. But I would love to see Raya and the Last Dragon win this. And O'Toole, I take it Raya for you also.
Not to win. Mitchell's is my pick to win, obviously.
Mitchells.
I freaking love The Mitchells versus the Machines. This movie is fantastic. That movie for me came out of nowhere. Like, I hear people talking about it on Twitter. I decided to check it out with my brother. I was blown away with it. I loved it. And then I found out who did it. Phil Lord and Chris Miller did it. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that's a reason why it was so great. I mean, I've seen that movie like 4 times now. I can't get enough of it. Encanto I've only seen once. I know it just came out on Blu-ray this week. I really enjoyed Encanto as well. I need to see Flea. I'm hearing great things about it, and per Lowe's recommendation. Luca, I enjoy Luca. I've seen it twice now. It's not my favorite Pixar film, that's for sure. And Raya and the Last Dragon, I'm with you, Zach. I really enjoyed Raya a lot. Definitely rewatchable. But
love Raya and the Last Dragon.
I don't think Mitchell's is going to win. I do think Encanto is going to win this one. So
I would love, Mitchell's, Raya. Honestly, that's why I love this category. You can see it in the chat. Anybody watching live right now, it's such a freaking toss-up. I feel like any one of these could win. Even Luca could sneak in and take it home. Lo, I know you love Mitchells versus the Machines. You were marking out on mentioning it, but do you think that's what's taking it home? Do you think something else could sneak in?
It just sucks because, not having the Disney or Pixar backing, like that's because those are usually the front runners. I don't think it's going to win, but I'm rooting for it. It has so much heart unexpectedly. I had zero expectations when I watched Mitchells versus the Machines, and it surprised me. I love that she's a film nerd. I love that a big part of the story is like her bonding with or creating the bond with her father. And that kind of stuff gets me right away. And I'm just like, yo, I did not expect this. I thought it was gonna be goofy, little kiddie movie, but I'm actually rooting for Luca as well. Luca, I barely saw it like a week or two ago, and it actually caught me by surprise. Again, I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. But overall, I think this field makes me happy just how diverse it is. And I agree with you guys. I think it's wide open. And Kanto can steal it, Luca can steal it, and I wouldn't be surprised if Raya took it, and that'd be awesome for all the South Asian folks that I'm a part of.
Yeah.
So.
And not to mention, Raya and the Last Dragon was made completely from home by those animators in the shelter in place. So I think that's a remarkable achievement. And I think that's part of why I think it's going to take it home, just because of how much work went into that film and how much of a labor of love it was throughout the year 2020. But Ryan, what do you think? This is a huge hot takes only, like you only can.
I mean, I hate to break Lowe's heart, but Raya and the Last Dragon, Bro, should
Come
not be
on,
on
dude.
here, bro. Putting
Fucking love
Raya and the Last Dragon on here kind of reminds me of the Sausage Party snub that year.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Loretto, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Sausage Party is better, man. That's
What?
Ryan had to like think
Bro.
about it.
That's like
God,
that's like
that's so random.
dude, that's like comparing apples and asparagus. Like you can't
Yeah.
really compare the two. Like they're two
No.
completely
Comparison.
But I will say, legitimately, I feel like Raya and the Last Dragon was just too big for its own good. Is they try to set up this super complex world, even for like a kids movie. Like I was like, the fin of the who now? Like yo, what? Like I was like just in there watching it. You know, I was just like, who knows? Who knows? But I think because it was too big of a world, we didn't get enough time to explore really much of anything. We're told about like, I forgot how, I think it was like 5 different settlements. I haven't seen this since it came out on Disney Plus. Sorry, guys. Arrest me now. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I overall wasn't very impressed from the visual aspect of the animation. I felt like they've done much better in the past, and I know it's hard to say that. It's hard to say that for 2 reasons.
Yeah. That's what's so hard about this category though. Like everybody has all these different takes and it's legitimately any one of these could take it home. That's why I'm so excited to see how it plays out at the awards. But
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
People are just going to be
a lot
mad
more
with my opinions
competitive.
even more later, by the way. Just want to
Like
let chat know that now. I am reading, just to let y'all know.
yeah.
Like last
you
year,
guys
we
are only
all
going to get even angrier.
yeah, like last year, we all knew Soul was gonna win animated.
That's the
year.
thing about this year is I'd say since Spider-Verse came out, it was pretty predictable what the animated movie was going to be. Toy Story 4, Spider-Verse, Soul, yada yada yada. And I think this is the first year in a few years that it's actually been like an actual competition, I'd say. Because I feel like with animation, it was always like, yeah, this is probably going to win, but I hope this comes in second. You know what I mean? But this year, it's really hard to tell. So I hope Mitchell wins, but I feel like, dude, I don't know. Flea has a lot of backing. I'm really curious to see what this movie's like when I watch it soon. But I'm going to like update my list.
Only time will tell. Only time will tell. I can't wait to watch Flea, and I will let you know what I think of it. Hey, in the chat, if you want to see me review Flea, let me know down there, and I will make it happen if enough people say, yes, Zach, review Flea. But here we are, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, coming to America, which is certainly the only time you will see that on this list. Cruella, which was one of Luke Ponto's favorite films of last year. Shout out to you, buddy. Dune, once again. Yeah, The Eyes of Tammy Faye and House of motherfucking Gucci. So here's the thing, guys. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. The Academy was absolutely in the right for this being the only nomination for House of Gucci. Last Duel was absolutely Ridley Scott's stronger film. Not a single nomination. For Last Duel, by the way.
Bullshit, bro. We're gonna get to that into the
absolute bullshit. House of Gucci being here, I don't even think it should win because let's face it, that makeup and hairstyling was not enough to mask one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life.
It's a me, Paolo.
It's a me, Paolo.
The impressions.
What the fuck was that?
The impressions
was
say
just
it all.
Italian accent, bro.
Listen, Jared Leto has been rubbing me the wrong way for so long. Ever since the first Suicide Squad came out, honestly, his version of the Joker, I really was not a fan of. And, like, he's going to continue to rub me the wrong way with Morbius. Yeah. But, I mean, listen, I know a lot of people were offended by Jared Leto's performance. Listen, I was offended too. And I have not a single drop of Italian heritage in my blood. All right? I was sitting there freaking appalled at how offensive Jared Leto was. And I was sitting there like, you call this method? Screw you, Jared Leto. Man. Yeah, the Academy made the right choice. Anyway, that being said, Best makeup and hairstyling, it's really up in the air, but I feel like just on instinct, I'm sorry, Ryan, I think it's gonna go to Cruella. That's just me. What do you have against Cruella now?
No.
what I'm wondering.
I agree. I think
Cruella
so.
slander?
I think Cruella is gonna get best makeup and hairstyling, but I think Eyes of Tammy Faye should. Dude, what they did in that movie for Andrew Garfield, bro, I'm switching them up now. And I also want to say, I think I saw a tweet saying that this is the first time in Oscar history that one person has been nominated in three different movie that's been nominated three different movies that have been nominated for at least one category. That's what I've been trying to say.
Andrew Garfield,
yeah, for Tick Tick Boom, Eyes of Tammy Faye, and Spider-Man No Way Home, bro. So that's pretty cool. But like, dude, what they did to Andrew Garfield and Jessica Chastain in that movie is fucking insane. But I do think the Academy has a Disney bias with really good hair and makeup. I mean, that easily beats Eyes of Tammy Faye. Well, I think Cruella is a pretty bad movie overall. Bro,
I mean,
when I saw that ending and that opening, I literally just wanted to gouge my eyeballs out and just shove up my ass, bro. Like,
the soundtrack was too overbearing for its own good, honestly. Like, it just popped in every 2 seconds.
It definitely thought it was in a James Gunn movie.
And ironically enough, it was directed by the guy who did I, Tonya. But anyway, Lo, do you have any thoughts on this one? I mean, this is best
not
makeup
much.
and
I haven't
hairstyling.
seen a lot of the field, but I'm rooting for Cruella. I think makeup and hairstyling is something I could win. Emma Stone and Emma Thompson look great. It was visually really cool.
Wait, Loretto, you're telling me you didn't see the one-time Oscar-nominated film House of Gucci?
Not gonna lie, I didn't have a lot of
Don't
interest,
waste
after the
your
internet
time.
was
Don't
just
waste your time.
Don't waste your 3
crapping on it.
hours. Don't waste
And
your
it's
3
like
hours
3
of
hours.
precious
Like, Jesus
oxygen,
Christ.
bro.
It's freaking boring, dude. Like, Last Duel is
I
so much
literally
more
wanted
worth
to
your
walk
time.
out.
Last Duel was dope.
Bro,
Yeah,
Last Duel was great.
Let's just say this. How does Ridley Scott feel knowing that the Suicide Squad got an Oscar win for this category? And he doesn't even deserve to be on this list. Actually, no.
Yeah.
He does deserve to be on this list, just not winning.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least Ridley Scott is still capable of pulling out a good movie, unlike some other people who put out
I
Moonfall
don't know.
last week. Anyway,
this was a follow-up to a great film.
Yeah,
But then
for
this
me-
film, going by. Nope. I'm good.
Jared
Yeah,
Leto
for
sucks.
sure, for sure.
Ryan?
But yeah, for this list, fuck Coming to America. That movie sucks. But I
Who even
understand
remembers
why.
that movie?
I do.
I watched the first
I
one.
do.
The first one's so great. I love the first Coming to America.
Classic
This one
Eddie Murphy.
sucked, but the costumes are fine. You can nominate it. Cruella, I definitely agree. That's my pick to win here. I love Cruella's makeup and costumes. Dune, Eyes of Tammy Faye, have not seen that one. And House of Gucci, whatever. Yeah, for sure.
By the way, Kevin, don't piss me off by saying The Rock is worse than Jared Leto in the chat, because that's just not accurate. The Rock is at least a humble human being. But anyway, what we have here, best film editing. This is an interesting one. We have Don't Look Up. First time that's being mentioned.
Yes. Woo.
Yep. A team Don't Look Up, buddy. Or Just Look Up, in my case. Dune, King Richard, The Power of the Dog, once again, as well as Tick Tick Boom. First time you're seeing that on the list. Honestly, if it were up to me, again, Last Night in Soho was a huge snub. I've already mentioned it because every Edgar Wright film is like pristine film editing. Anytime he puts out a film, you should expect like A++ editing. But I would honestly sub that out with Don't Look Up. As much as I love Don't Look Up, it's not a film I would nominate for editing, honestly. If I were to pick one movie out of this, if I were the Academy, I would say it's Tick Tick Boom, just because I love the way that movie was edited.
I love you, Zack. I love you.
Hey, I have a bias for the musical, Ryan. Tick
The
Tick
best
Boom.
musical of 2021.
Tick Tick Boom?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tick, Tick, Boom. I'll say it right here.
I would love Tick Tick Boom to win this one, but
It's definitely number 2. I loved
Nah.
Tick Tick Boom.
Tick Tick Boom's winning this one easily. The Power of the Dog, it's only in this because it's got basic editing. Like, bro, congrats, you can put shots together. Good job. Like, you know what I mean? They're not doing anything with a camera that makes it more difficult. Like Tick Tick Boom, they're not trying to transition between musicals, real life. Don't look up who the fuck even knows why this movie's on here. Like literally,
I do.
Why?
I do because it's a good film.
No,
because it's actually a good film.
No, it's based off name again. That's why. Honestly,
boy.
I have not seen King Richard yet. I'll be honest.
Same.
It's
And
good.
Dune's film editing was fine. I definitely started feeling the length towards the end. And then the movie ended. I'm like, holy shit, I only got half the story, but that's besides the point. Yeah. So I think Tick Tick Boom's going to win this one. And I want it to win.
Luke thinks Don't Look Up deserves the best editing.
Bro,
Luke
is
I
just
disagree.
Luke is just here to piss me off at this point. I'm easily convinced.
Thank you, Luke.
He's
love
trying
you,
to
Luke.
he's trying to take the Loretto role. He's trying
Love
to
you,
take the
Luke.
Loretto role.
But I mean, let's face it. Wait, am I the only one in this room who's seen King Richard?
I've
I
seen
think
King
so.
Richard.
You've seen King Richard. Okay. I do have some thoughts about a certain King Richard nominee that we'll get to in a little bit. I don't know if it's going to win for best film editing. I mean, it really wasn't all that remarkable to me. Tick Tick Boom, though, the way it was put together, awesome.
This is the life. Oh. I love how that was edited.
Yeah. Ryan Lowe, are we thinking? Are we?
I'm
Are we
definitely
thinking Tick Tick Boom as well?
Yeah,
Yes.
Tick Tick Boom for sure.
Yeah,
this
no,
is Tick Tick
I
Boom,
love the
baby.
way that film was edited. I'm worried that if Power of the Dog takes Best Picture, it's gonna be like No Man Land. It's gonna take this and cinematography, and
Yeah,
I'm rooting for
well,
Tick Tick
Yeah.
Lowe, I don't know why you gotta be pessimistic, man.
I agree with you guys though. I think Tick Tick Boom should win, but the Academy has done worse. So
Lowe's
Academy's
aware of
done
this.
worse.
Lowe's
That's
aware of
literally
this.
the
I know
slogan
they're
of the
tricks.
Oscars.
Bohemian
He was-
Rhapsody.
what was that, right, Ryan? Like,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
what the hell was that?
For
That was
editing?
crazy.
Yeah,
For editing.
like so random, bro.
You know,
Yeah.
but,
So random.
no, but Lowe, that's a great point though, because Lowe was on this exact same stream last year. And we were talking about Nomadland, how much it was getting nominated, and it was the Academy's favorite. So Power of the Dog could sneak in and to take a bunch of these, and it could just prove all of our points to be moot after all. But I mean, that's the beauty of it. You know, I really hope not as well. I hope the Academy actually, listens to the people for a change. But anyway, I'm glad they listened and didn't put Jared Leto on the list because screw him. But anyway, we're actually going to be looking at what's this? Best live action short. I have not seen any of these, my friends. Have you?
Me neither. No.
No. What about you're telling me you haven't seen best animated short? Any one of
Definitely.
these?
I was hoping the
Almost certainly
short before Raya. I was hoping that one would get in. Us again.
It didn't get in. Oh, the one with
Yeah,
the dance.
the short that played before Raya and the Last
Oh my
Dragon.
God! How did they not put that in?
Because
That
it's
was
the
so
Academy. Don't you get this?
Yeah.
put-
I should have known. But
Zack.
here, I know. Here we are, gentlemen. Though best original screenplay, Belfast. Don't Look Up. King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and The Worst Person in the World, which is a really nice thing to see for best original screenplay for nominee for best international feature, getting the recognition. I have not seen Licorice Pizza, so I don't know how good the screenplay is.
Don't
waste my time. I'm hearing it's
I
like
liked it.
lower. You liked it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I like Licorice Pizza.
good. No, it's a very polarizing film from what I'm hearing. Some people love it. Some people didn't really care for it. It sounds like it's like lower tier PTA. It's nowhere near the level of like Boogie Nights or There Will Be Blood, but original screenplay though, oh God, this is Jacoby put it best. I mean, this is probably the weakest category, but Jacob wants Kenneth Branagh to win because listen, I feel like it would be really nice if Kenneth Branagh took this one home just because Belfast was clearly a humongous passion project for the guy. And he's put out a lot of amazing projects in the past, especially with Shakespeare, which I'm very surprised he wasn't attached to Macbeth at all. But Belfast, I mean, that seems like a shoe-in, but Ryan, I'm sorry, I wouldn't count out Don't Look Up on this just because it's so
Adam McKay,
fucking
man.
relevant. Yeah, Adam McKay.
The Oscars love Adam McKay.
O'Toole, yeah, you think Adam McKay's taking this?
No, I think Licorice Pizza. Oh my god!
Really?
Unfortunately, he's taking this. I was not a fan of Licorice Pizza. I'm sorry, I didn't like the romance at all. I thought it was what everyone's been saying, way too over gap of age. I did not like just the pacing. Bradley Cooper, people were saying he should have got in. I thought he was fine, but like he doesn't really provide much. And it's Paul Thomas Anderson. I mean, it's nothing like a Boogie Nights. It's nothing like a There'll Be Blood. Yeah, just not my favorite. Worst person in the world. I want to check that one out. King Richard. I loved the screenplay in King Richard. It was great. Don't Look Up. Don't
Super
overlook
inspiring.
that because it's very relevant, like Zach said. But Belfast, I really want to win this one so bad.
Yeah. It probably should be Belfast for sure. Low, are you thinking Belfast here?
I think this one's wide open again. I would love the foreign film here to take it. That's one of my most anticipated films. I still haven't seen that one, but Worst Person in the World. But I just want to say this. I kind of liked what PTA was trying to do here. I think a lot of people threw tomatoes at him for this film, and I just feel like it's very clear that between the 50s and the 70s, it was a different time, and men, especially older men, are freaking dogs. Like Sean Penn in the film, Bradley Cooper in the film. Bradley Cooper hit on every single female he saw, and I don't think Bradley Cooper or any men of that time cared. I mean, you know, if a girl was pushing 17, 18, I think that was something that was the norm back then. I think this kind of just flipped this on its head, and I think it was an analysis on the gender gap there in history. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying that the 25-year-old girl and this 18-year-old boy should be together. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's flipping on its head because, you know, there's that really weird, creepy moment where Sean Penn's like 20, 30 years older than Alana Haim, and he's like taking her out for drinks and stuff. And it's like, there's a standard there that, you know, it's okay because these guys are movie stars and these guys are like celebrities and tough guys and cool guys that they could do that. And I just thought that PTA kind of like flipped that on its head.
Yeah. And that one racist scene that did not need to be in the movie at all.
Oh, that was absolutely, as an Asian myself, I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
That was weird.
All right, Ryan. I know you've got a lot to say here.
I've not fucking seen Licorice Pizza for like all those reasons. Honestly, I don't think I give enough of a shit for Will Smith's Oscar bait. I haven't seen King Richard.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So Don't Look Up. It's got some good dialogue, but dude, there's just like some characters that fall absolutely flat that are just not funny, that don't work at all. And I'm talking about baby boy Timothy Chalamet. Like, bro, I cannot stand him whatsoever. And honestly, I found some of the characters more annoying.
He was probably my
pretentious more than anything. Like Jonah Hill's character, funny, but just after a while of doing the same gig over and over, just to watch him get eaten by a fucking alien at the end, like what? I mean, like, I get why some people say like, oh man, it's like pretty great dialogue, but like overall, it's
honestly
good dialogue.
Dude, I see what you're saying. I, for one, was very, very surprised that Timothy Chalamet was not in the movie as much as I thought he was going to be.
Same.
Like, for those of you who haven't seen Don't Look
French Dispatch.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet basically is not introduced until about
halfway.
The second act.
Yeah.
The second act.
Way more than halfway through. It was like 2/3 when Timothy Chalamet
I was talking about the French Dispatch.
French Dispatch. Yeah. Two different movies.
And also,
he doesn't get introduced to like the third act or something, like going into
No, he's only in like the second. So like the French Dispatch is broken into like 5.
He's in that grocery store where just Jennifer Lawrence's character is working.
Yeah. Oh no. I also think like Don't Look Up, I get what they were trying to go for. I don't think it really worked in the sense of who were the people, like specifically everyone that was in charge kind of acted like an idiot, while like some scientists were the level-headed people. Like I get what they were going for, but like it was so much to a point where it felt like half the population just did anything they wanted while the other half actually thought through. And it makes you think like, yeah, I get you're saying that this is how we're acting, but I don't know. It just didn't work for me overall. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really think there is a good way to do it, to be honest, or at least in my eye. But Belfast.
One thing I will say about Don't Look Up, though, that just really, like, it'll stick with me for the rest of my life. I watched this in a theater. I was lucky enough to see this on the big screen, actually, a couple of weeks before its Netflix release on Christmas Eve. But I remember sitting there, and there were a couple of older ladies sitting behind me. Leonardo DiCaprio, who we'll talk about in a little bit, egregiously snubbed, in my opinion.
When he flipped the fuck out on the news.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. He was sitting there in the news station with Kate Blanchett and Tyler Perry. He gets through his whole monologue, and as an actor myself, that monologue was so good, I would honestly consider using it myself for auditions. It was that good. It resonated that much with me. And when he was finished, it cuts to sorry, Ryan, but I'm just like, basically, he was finished. Those two ladies sitting behind me, standing ovation. No joke. Like, he was finished with that monologue, and they stood up and cheered as loud as they possibly could. And I was like, yeah, he deserves it. Because what he said, we've all been dealing with that. So that's why I think, Don't Look Up is, so prominent here. But what
apparently
were you saying?
The team took 15 drafts to get perfect. And Leonardo DiCaprio himself helped out to get it to the perfect T. Like, that was like Leo to the T. We've seen him in many movies before. It was just so great.
Fucking flipped out right there.
The economy has to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody in the theater just like cheered at that part.
Yep. But look at this. Best adapted screenplay. Coda, the first time we're mentioning that tonight. Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog once again. Honestly, I feel like this is another shoe-in for The Power of the Dog. I mean, Dune's screenplay is good. I'd love to see Coda take this one home. That's a super underrated film from a year ago. It is nominated for Best Picture, which is great. The Lost Daughter, I honestly didn't really care for. I honestly don't know why it's sitting here right now. I think Power of the Dog is an easy shoe-in. Lo, you have any thoughts on this category?
So yeah, I actually didn't get to talk about this earlier, but one of the reasons why I was late, I was rewatching Drive My Car. It's playing in Mountain View. I saw it a few months ago. It's my favorite film of 2021. Drive My Car is my favorite film of 2021. I loved it. I adored it. I think it's a dark horse as well. It touches on loss, and it interweaves this guy. He's a playwright and an actor, and it interweaves the play he's in as well as his actual life experiences in a manner that I think is worthy of award recognition. Whether or not the Academy gives it to them, I mean, that's a whole different story. I think obviously the front runners are doing Pound of the Dog, but I'm rooting for Drive My Car.
That'd be cool. And I honestly I need to see Drive My Car even more now with that.
For sure.
With that, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, with that endorsement. There we go. But Ryan, let's go O'Toole first.
Yeah, so my personal pick is Coda. I think Coda's screenplay was amazing. That would be my personal choice here. I also caught that one at the end of the year. I loved it. Thought it was great. Still need to see Drive My Car. Dune. Yeah, I definitely agree. Dune is it's a good screenplay. I think, the source material is so revolutionary. That's why I got that nomination for sure from Frank Herbert. The Lost Daughter, I agree, wasn't my favorite screenplay. It was just pretty meh. And The Power of the Dog is probably going to take this one for sure because, it's The Power of the Dog. It's got 12 nominations, but really want Coda to win this one.
Yeah. Ryan, do you think Coda's taking this? I think
I'm with Ryan. I think, honestly, The Power of the Dog is going to win because it's the Academy. But man, I really want Coda to win. I love that movie. I was gonna catch it at Sundance, didn't get to, but man, when I saw it on Apple TV Plus, yeah, this movie is shooing. I hope it gets the win. Likelihood not very high. I definitely think The Power of the Dog is going all the way, and I think Dune's source material is just way too complex to have a best adapted screenplay of that material. So I find it odd to, I mean, like, bro, come on, they give us a third of material. Like, they didn't even tell us a full story. You're telling me that I can write half a story and still get into this? That's my only main issue with it, and why I don't really think it'll win. But man, Power of the Dog, that's just milking the Oscars titties.
Yeah. Well, I mean, structural wise, a lot of people in the chat have been saying this the whole time, by the way. And if you're sticking with us, thank you all so much. Don't forget to subscribe to all these people's channels in the comments. Yep. And freaking Tyler just popped in. Welcome, my friend. Watch the Power of the Dog pull an Irishman.
What he said about drive my car.
Yep. And what he said about someone said, oh yeah, Jacoby. I know from my man Ren that the screenplay for Lost Daughter was shit. Yeah. I mean, and here it is sitting here for best adapted screenplay somehow, some way. But I mean, this is something that's up in the air. I mean, Power of the Dog seems like a shoe-in just because it's nominated as many times as it is. But I mean, I'm happy to see Dune in this category just because it is so hard to pull off an adaptation like Dune right there. And it's honestly an achievement in its own right. I know a lot of people in the chat, like I was saying just a minute ago, they were comparing it to Lord of the Rings. I think, Dune Part 2 and Dune Part 3 could very easily, be nominated as well. And there is a very prominent snub that I know Ryan O'Toole wants to get into tonight, but we will certainly get there. And before we know it. But best original score, my friends, we have Don't Look Up, Dune, Encanto, I almost said Powerful Mothers, Power of the Dog, Parallel Mothers. Yep, there we go. I will say that the Power of the Dog score was really, really nice. That was one of the better. That was one of the better elements.
Dispatch.
Yeah, where was French Dispatch?
Alexander Desplat.
Yeah, Alexander Desplat is one of the best composers alive right now. He sure did. He got splatted. Yeah, that's going to be the new term for snub. It's going to be a splat. Yeah. Yeah. So real quick, Eric, I am seeing the Batman. I have not gotten my tickets yet like O'Toole has. But yeah, I agree with Jacob in the chat. I want this to be Dune so badly. I honestly don't know what Don't Look Up is doing here. I would honestly switch that out with the French Dispatch for this category, but I want this to be Dune. But again, I feel like Power of the Dog is a shoe-in, and we're going to be saying that a lot.
If Dune doesn't win, wow. Just wow.
Yes. Screw you for not giving it to Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer is the man.
That's literally what they're saying with the gun pointed at their head when they're voting. How could you not vote for Hans Zimmer?
Like that Dune, like the final 5 minutes of Dune, like gives me chills every time I watch it. Like that score is just so powerfully, so good. And Don't Look Up, I'm happy that one got in here. I really love the score for Don't Look Up. Encanto, I knew that one would get in. Really good score. And Parallel Mothers, have not seen that one. I really wanted the French Dispatch to get in here. I know the Academy loves Wes Anderson. Just apparently they probably forgot it, or screeners came out late for that one. And Power of the Dog has a good, fine score, but easily Dune gets this one for me.
I think French Dispatch is honestly like very mid Wes Anderson for me. It's fun. I like the stories that he's telling.
I agree.
I don't think it's better. It's certainly not up there with Grand Budapest
Hotel.
It's
no Grand Budapest for sure. No,
it's no Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's no Royal Tenenbaums even. That's one. That's probably my favorite like early Wes Anderson film. But Ryan,
it is better. Sorry, it is better than. It is better than the one with Owen Wilson.
Which one?
Jason Schwartzman. The Darjeeling
Darjeeling
Limited.
Limited.
Yeah, it's better than Darjeeling Limited. I'll give it that.
I do like Darjeeling Limited quite a bit too. Oh wow, though that's a hot take. Yeah, Owen Wilson. Wow,
I'm into like every Owen Wilson movie.
I like all of his films, but
oh, you like all of Wes Anderson's films?
yeah, they're all great. It's just I rank them differently, but I mean they're all pretty good.
I
Pretty
would
funny.
hope you rank them differently. I don't put two of the same person's movie at the number 2 spot.
Wait,
Rather
what?
No, because you're like whispering. Wait, what'd you say?
Stunned. Oh, am I whispering? How about now? Am I not?
Freaking Ryan.
No, can you hear me?
No, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
No, I'm asking, can you hear me?
Well, now I can.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay. So, fuck. What was I going to say? You made me forget what I was going to say.
I mean, we were just talking about Wes Anderson and how he was not nominated for well, it wasn't even his score.
No, I
it was
agree.
Alexander Desplat.
Yeah, I mean, it is a Wes Anderson film, but usually Desplat does get nominated for his Wes Anderson scores.
In some cases, Desplat is nominated in this category twice in 1 year, and he doesn't win.
Yeah, that what was it? The Imitation Game and
Imitation Game and Grand Budapest. It was that
Grand
year.
Budapest. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Somehow, some way, but yeah, Jacoby. Oh, this damn comment. Right, number 2 is just gonna piss people off.
Just get used to it. Just get used to it.
Get used
you're
to
not
it.
even ready for it. Oh my god.
What do you think is taking home best original score out of this group?
So I gotta agree with Ryan O'Toole. When I watched Dune, those last 5 minutes really did give me chills. Until I walked out of the theater and realized the air conditioning was just really high. So I was just fucking freezing from the air conditioning. So it wasn't actually the movie. Sorry to say, Ryan O'Toole. So that was a bit of a bummer. But I do think Dune's gonna get this one. Yet again, just because it's Hans Zimmer. But I haven't seen Encanto, but I definitely think that's up there. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of rave about Encanto. Don't look up, bro. That's just a bullshit pick. Like, get out of here. That original score is not in within existence. Parallel Mothers just hasn't been anywhere. Like, I can't find it. I've literally been trying to find it. So yeah, thank you, marketing. Thank you for getting it out to us. I love watching your films 10 months after they actually release. But yeah, I think Dune is going to win this one. And I think Power of the Dog is a second runner up.
Yeah. I would love to see Dune take this home. It looks like it's 3 straight so far, but Lo, is it going to be a clean sweep? Do you think it's Dune?
I mean, I in my opinion, I think that should be the winner. But I mean, shouts out to Parallel Mothers. I'm glad it wasn't nominated at all. And Power of the Dog, you're right, Zach. It's actually a really good score. Again, it's creeping in the darkness, ready to steal everything. But I'm rooting for Dune. I think Dune deserves it.
Would love to see Power of the Dog take home no Oscars because how many times it's nominated, but it'll probably take home a couple. But
yeah, no, it's gonna steal a couple for sure, Zach.
It will certainly steal a couple. Best sound. Belfast to Dune, No Time to Die, fucking Power of the Dog once again. It's turning into freaking Mank. If anybody was here for the stream last year, Lo was. Lo knows. Oh, hi, Mank. Hi, Mank.
Oh, hi, Mank.
Yeah.
Power of the Dog. We took shots every time we said Mank.
Mank.
Every time we said Mank. Yeah, no.
Mank, go away.
From now on, if anybody's drinking right now, every time we say Power of the Dog, you have to take a little sip of whatever you're drinking. But yeah, Belfast, Dune, No Time to Die, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. Make sure you're following the rules, chat. But in my opinion, best sound, this is honestly a category. It's a toss-up for sure. Power of the Dog is in here because it's basically the Academy favorite.
You're telling me the Power of the Dog has better sounds than Quiet Place 2? Get out of here.
Yes. Yeah, get the fuck out of here,
here,
Academy. A Quiet Place Part 2? Yeah, exactly. Jacob in the chat, Jacoby in the chat, where's Quiet Place Part 2? I absolutely agree.
I totally forgot about that movie, low-key. Fuck.
Yeah, I did too. And when I was making my best of the year countdown, and I got so much freaking hate from people, I was like, Quiet Place Part 2 is an honorable mention for sure.
It was number 9.
Yeah, but
I love Quiet Place 2.
I would say, best sound. I mean, it's probably going to be West Side Story if I had to pick, just because it's the best sound I think out of all of this. I like all the songs in there. But in terms of best sound design, best sound effects, it's probably No Time to Die, just because of all those brilliant action set pieces. I'm going to start with low on this one, though. I'm going to start with low here. Hot takes only. What you got?
I think it should be Dune. Just for
Really,
for me. The spaceships, the sounds of the Dune Sea, and the freaking sandworm. I thought it was freaking tremendous, and even like the stupid paint box everyone wants to make fun of. It was a cool scene. I thought it worked. I thought Timmy did a good job in that scene. Yeah, I'm rooting for Dune here.
I remember the Alaskan bullworm now in there. I remember that scene. That was cool.
My god.
And now nobody's going to be able to unsee that in the chat. It was an Alaskan bullworm. Yeah. I'm going to start with Ryan number 2 down there. Best sound.
Fuck yeah, baby. Yo, get
What's taking
fucking
it?
West Side Story out of this bitch. No. Best
What?
sound, not
What?
no. Yeah,
Are you serious?
No bueno, bro. Bro, oh, you guys are not gonna like my answers then after, especially this and after these. So all I gotta say is Power of the Dog. Yeah, congrats. You guys put Power of the Dog and you remembered you put this on every other fucking list. So congrats. Put it on this list while you're at it. But I think Dune is gonna win, but I want Belfast to win.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bill.
That's a sneezy pick, I know. But I definitely think Dune is gonna win. No Time to Die. I don't know. I just think because it's an action movie, they're gonna overlook it, especially when you have Belfast. And yeah, Dune, you can make the argument they got the big epic space battle, but like, bro, that's how much of a 2 hour and 40 or 50-minute movie, right? Maybe 10, 15 minutes. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, West Side Story, no. Power of the Dog just needs to be on here to be on here. I think Dune's gonna win. I want Belfast to win. Usually when I look for sound design, man, there's this one part in Belfast. I always remember it's when the projector turns on. And
yeah,
dude, I don't know why that one always sticks with me.
Freaking awesome.
And when it's those small, acute type of details, man, dude, I fall in love with it. And yeah, shooting machine gun and being able to mimic like that noise is cool, but being able to like perfectly time like real life noises and being able to like make it all mesh coherently, and it's just another element that really entraps you. And I think of that scene in particular because, man, it really puts me in the shoes of the kid. You know what I mean? Being able to see a movie, having that be the only thing light up your face and everything around you. Having
so
that,
awesome,
dude. It's brilliant. So that's why I say Belfast is what I hope, but I do think Dune's gonna get it.
Yeah. O'Toole, is that what you think?
Yeah, I'm the same. I love No Time to Die sound. It was so good. Like the first 20 minutes, like with Bond, like driving away from Spectre, like, oh my God, especially spoilers, like when he goes to Vesper's tomb, when it just blows the fuck up in front of him. Oh my God.
Such a great scene.
Such a great scene.
Love that scene.
I would have loved if Last Night in Soho got in here for best sound. I love the sound.
Where is it?
And of course, Quiet Place 2. I would have put it over Belfast probably and West Side Story. No. Sorry. The Power of the Dog and West Side Story.
Yeah, put it over Power of the Dog. It's on these lists enough.
I love West Side Story sound, but yeah, not the best. Belfast, great sound. Dune is definitely going to win this, though.
I would love Dune to take this home for sure. Dune is nominated a good amount of times, too. But best costume design, what we have here is Cruella, which is probably going to take it home. Cyrano, Dune, Nightmare Alley, and West Side Story. Cyrano, first time that's on this list. I have not seen Cyrano yet. Somebody on a stream... Yeah. I want to say it was like, I don't know, like a week or two ago when they said that Cyrano was delayed. And I was like, wait.
So like February 25th.
Yeah. So I have not gotten a screener for Cyrano yet. I am looking forward to it because I am a big Peter Dinklage fan. Anybody keeping up with my Game of Thrones videos. But I mean, costume design, I would love Nightmare Alley to take this one home just because of how lush everything looks. Like, again, it just really gets you in the mood over there. But it's probably gonna be like one of these bigger productions. I want to say like a West Side Story. It would not surprise me if that took home best costume design. Just how everything looks in that America number with all the sharks in there just dancing around in the streets of New York. Like it just looks awesome. Like so much color in there. Loved it. But I mean, the West Side Story I feel like should take this home. Wouldn't surprise me if Cruella does. But I'm gonna start with O'Toole. Hot takes only.
This is Cruella's to lose. I mean, Emma Stone's costumes and Emma Thompson, amazing costumes in Cruella. I would be totally shocked if that didn't win. Cyrano, I can't wait to see that one as well. Also a big Peter Dinklage fan like Zack. Love Game of Thrones. Dune, good costumes as well. I mean, it's a big sci-fi blockbuster. The way they had all those costumes in there were great. Nightmare Alley, the costumes are good as well. West Side Story, I could totally see this being the runner-up as well. The costumes in West Side Story look great with the jets, the sharks, everything looked really well for a West Side Story adaptation. But it's going to be Cruella, I think, taking this one.
Ryan may spite you with Cruella taking this home, huh?
I hate to fucking say it, but Cruella's taking this one home. I want Nightmare Alley too, because man, the costume design in that movie is far, far better, in my opinion.
Man, I'd be
Cruella's just got like the flare style. That's really all it is. It looks like just Project Runway in 1940s. I mean, yeah, sure, a lot of people can do that, but can a lot of people do period pieces like Nightmare Alley and do it so visually and like that's what I go into when I think about it. But it's the Academy. It's flashy. It looks cool as fuck. It's Cruella.
Yeah. Lo, what are we thinking? Cruella?
I feel like that's the shoe-in, but as much as we both like this film, I think Nightmare Alley is a dark horse. The circus folk, and then the high-end rich folk in the 30s era of was that Chicago, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they were traveling too. So.
Yeah, I think that could be a dark horse. But I think this is Cruella's award to lose, I think.
Yeah, it's a heavy favorite for sure. I'm sorry, O'Toole, but I would love Nightmare Alley to win some awards here. It's such a good film. But okay.
We shall see.
Now things are going to get a little bit hot takes are going to start flying off the rails here. Best supporting actor, there's no Jared Leto in here. Thank you, Academy, for telling him to screw off. But what we have here is
exactly perfect.
Yeah, this is a great list. Kieran Hines for Belfast. I hope I said that first name correctly. Troy Kotzer for Coda, which is awesome to see. J.K. Simmons for Being the Ricardos. I have actually not seen
POC,
Being the Ricardos yet.
No
POC
in here though.
Yeah.
No people of color in here.
Yeah.
I will say though, they do have Troy Kotzer here, which if he does win, he would be the first deaf actor to win.
That's my pick.
So that honestly, that's my pick as well. I dude, like just watching the family scene, trying to listen to their daughter saying at the end of the movie it's just so heartbreaking, and just watching them try. His performance in that moment was just heartbreaking, and like I feel like I don't really know how hard it is to really capture emotions with sign. So the fact that you can really get a good sense of how the characters truly feel from their facial to just like their hand signing, man, bro. Troy Kotzer, bless you, but Ciaran Hinds, second runner up for me. Honestly, his
such a great performance.
His
also
death in the movie heartbreaking.
Yeah, he was honestly my favorite part of Belfast when I saw it in theaters. It was a great freaking performance. I was blown away by what he did. Cody Mcphee, who I'm sure you're not aware, those of you who are watching films 10 years ago, was the voice of Paranorman, which is my favorite Leica Studios
I
film.
forgot.
And
about
he's
that.
Nightcrawler too.
Yeah, he's
He
Nightcrawler.
is.
Nightcrawler.
He is. Yep,
I
he
thought
was
just
Nightcrawler.
good. I thought he was just good in The Power of the Dog, though. That's the thing with me. I wasn't like taken away. Like
Jesse Plemons gave a better performance, I feel like, mainly because we're so used to seeing Jesse Plemons play the dastardly villain. Anybody who's seen Breaking Bad, you know how dastardly he can be. Hell, even Jungle Cruise, which is a movie I loved.
Or he's just
yeah. Well, everybody
like
fucking hates Todd. He's a dick.
But he was
Jesse
so
Plemons
good.
is always just like that super awkward guy as well. Like he's always that third person who never knows what to do.
He's like
I feel
in
like
Game
that's
Night.
kind of
He
what
was
he's
so
been
funny in Game Night. I loved him in Game Night, but in Breaking Bad, he was so awful, but still great. I loved him as Todd.
Oh, yeah, but I feel like for me,
but Power of the Dog did not need 2 nominations in this category.
No, absolutely not. There was no recognition for any of the actors in Don't Look Up. No recognition for Jonah Hill. No recognition for Timothy Chalamet in any of his projects. No recognition for Oscar Isaac for Dune. I would have loved to have seen him get in here. Josh Brolin, even Jason Momoa could have been nice to see, but instead we get 2 Power of the Dog performances. But I feel like both of them are going to lose because this is Troy Kotzer's to take home. I feel like it's probably going to be the sentimental moment of the night for a lot of people. Just because I have a prediction that's probably going to piss off a lot of people later on. I think, but
what I think is all these performances are very good. I loved Steppenwolf's performance in Belfast. You guys didn't know he played Steppenwolf?
Yeah.
He was great in Belfast. I love Todd from Breaking Bad and The Power of the Dog. You got Terrence Fletcher from Whiplash in Being the Ricardos, and you have Nightcrawler from X-Men Apocalypse in The Power of the Dog. But this one, Troy Kotzer's performance in Coda was so good, so emotionally powerful. I really hope he's the one that wins this, but according to the majority, Cody Mcphee seems to be the front runner, and I just thought his performance was good, not great, compared to Troy Kotzer. So,
what do you think, Lo?
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean,
you're good.
You guys kind of stole everything I wanted to say, and I haven't seen Coda. I haven't seen Being the Ricardos. I can't really judge those, but,
Eric. Sorry,
I'm rooting for. I think it's Syrian Hines. I'm rooting for him. I actually liked Belfast. I didn't love Belfast, but I liked it, and I think him and the little boy was outstanding. That little kid was great in Belfast as well. Loved his character. Again, I agree with you guys. I don't think Cody Mcphee he was okay. He had some good scenes, but I'm scared. He's gonna steal it. We'll see.
Because apparently he's taking home a lot of the other awards, as Jacoby is saying here in the chat. But I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. I'm hoping Troy Kotzer takes it, though. That may just be me, but I mean, Best Supporting Actress coming up here. I can tell you one snub here, which is very interesting. There is no Meryl Streep on this list for once.
I wasn't expecting her to get in, but
I was. That was Meryl Streep's best performance in years.
I know a snub.
I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. Meryl Streep is nominated every single freaking time she has a movie out. Florence Foster Jenkins, which isn't even all that great of a movie anyway. She was nominated Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress for Into the Woods. No nomination for Don't Look Up for some reason. But here we have Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter. Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, Judi Dench for Belfast, Kirsten Dunst for Power of the Dog. Love seeing her on this list. And Ingenue Ellis from King Richard, who is one of my favorite aspects of that film, actually, Ingenue Ellis. But as much as I love seeing Kirsten Dunst on this list, I can't pick against Ariana DeBose. She was just one of the most dynamic performers I saw in that film, West Side Story. And by the way, one other snub I forgot about, Best Supporting Actor. Mike Faced, the guy who played Riff in West Side Story, should have gotten a nomination, in my opinion.
No, I mean, what's his name? From Tick Tick Boom. I thought he was snubbed.
Yeah.
I thought
yep.
He was great.
Brian De Jesus, I think, is what we were talking about. Yeah,
exactly.
But so I mean, Ariana DeBose, this is hers. This is hers, I think. I mean, it might
Oh,
just
for
be
sure.
me and my theater bias. But Lo, I'll start with
No.
you this time.
I have two spicy takes. I
Uh-oh.
feel like Dame Judi Dench got in because she's such an esteemed actor, but I preferred Catriona Balfe, the wife in Belfast.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
thought
she
she
was so
was
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
I would have liked her over Judi Dench, and then
No,
also
Jamie Dornan.
this might be a spicy take, but I think Kirsten Dunst had the best performance in Power of the Dog, even over Benedict.
She did.
I
One
felt
of
like
the better
Benedict was
ones.
just okay as well, but yeah, I think you're right, Zach. I think Ariana's the front runner. I think with the critics as well, she's the front runner.
I would love to see her win that. And Anita is one of the show stealing roles too, and she embraced it. Like anytime you see West Side Story, everybody looks forward to whoever Anita is going to be and how she takes on her two big musical numbers there. So she freaking killed it. But Ryan, number 2, what you got, my friend?
So Loretto. I'm gonna shock you a little bit here. So
Ooh.
I think Ariana DeBose is gonna win this just because it's West Side Story. It got a Best Picture nomination, and the last time this movie was made, the last actress to play the role won for this role. So
Yep.
Yeah, that was what I was.
this is literally gonna happen again because it's the Academy. I fully trust that, but
It's a great storyline.
I totally agree. If anyone's watched our Spider-Man reviews, but I think Kirsten Dunst should win this one. I think she gave.
We agree
I
on
think
that
she
one.
gave.
Twice.
I think she gave the better performance too over Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, I
would love that.
I don't like what they did with her character, like where they ended things, but like her performance, dude, it was great. And like, if anyone that like listens to the show is here, like, bro, I can't stand her in Spider-Man movies, not one bit.
Yeah, Mary Jane's kind of a weak character, isn't she? But
No,
I mean,
no, she's the weakest
Yeah.
character. She's the
Yeah.
weakest character.
I mean, I totally
kind of, yeah.
I agree with you. And also another reason why I think DeBose's taking this home, she won the Golden Globe for this, if I'm not mistaken.
She did win so that only solidifies it as well. More so at least.
Yeah. O'Toole, what you got?
I think a snub is Ruth Negga for passing. I thought she was going to get in here, but
yep.
Yeah, that was a great performance. I'm shocked she got snubbed.
Fantastic performance.
Ingenue Ellis in King Richard. I loved her performance in that. She was so great in King Richard. Was able to stand toe to toe with Will Smith in that movie. Just such powerful acting. And Kirsten Dunst in The Power of the Dog. I agree. Her in the Sam Raimi trilogy as Mary Jane. I think Mary Jane was a poorly written character since the start. But Kirsten Dunst was great in Power of the Dog. I thought she was great. Judi Dench in Belfast, I thought she was good, just not my favorite performance in that movie. And Catriona Balfe was definitely my favorite from in that film. Ariana DeBose is definitely going to win this one. Like, no competition here.
Yes.
And I haven't seen The Lost Daughter.
No. You're not missing much, but Ariana DeBose is taking this home. But hey, you want a spicy take before we get into this next category? I'm looking at you, Jacoby P, in the chat. This one's for you. Ingenue Ellis was the show stealer in King Richard. Will Smith was not. There you go. There you go. I said it. Which brings me to Best Actor. Javier Bardem for being the Ricardos. Kind of a surprise there. Benedict Cumberbatch, no surprise at all for Power of the Dog. Drink. Andrew Garfield, Tick, Tick, Boom. Yes. Will Smith, no surprise. Denzel Washington for Macbeth. Thank you for nominating Denzel Washington, Academy. He's one of my favorite actors working right now. I honestly think his performance as King Macbeth is his best since Training Day. I'm totally being like on the button there, but I mean, I think it's a better performance than he had in Fences. He just embraced that role full on. I would love to see him take this home. I know the popular pick is Will Smith, but let me just say this. Let me get this out of the way. Andrew Garfield needs this more than anybody. Will Smith does not need this win to solidify his career. And it really rubs me the wrong way when there are actors who I can see right through and are working for the Oscar. Andrew Garfield, there was no way in hell that he was thinking the Academy was at the forefront of his mind. Will Smith, absolutely. That Oscar, he wants it so badly, but he should have been more focused on putting a good performance together first and foremost. You know what I mean? Jacoby, I do not just have that musical bias. You know I'm right. Andrew Garfield has to win this, guys. I am fully in that camp, but I'm going to start with O'Toole on this one. What do you think?
I disagree / agree. I agree Andrew Garfield was phenomenal in Tick Tick Boom. I think I would love to see either him or Will Smith win this. But I disagree. I thought Will Smith was phenomenal in King Richard. He gave such an amazing performance, made us really hate that character. I call that character the Lonzo Ball. No, what's his name? LeVar Ball of that era. If you don't know, if you don't know who LeVar Ball is, dude's literally the same character.
Big baller brand.
Kill me now.
Oh my God. But Will Smith was phenomenal in King Richard. Such a great, just unlikable character. Like you just get so invested in that character just watching that film. Andrew Garfield in Tick Tick Boom, I agree. He was absolutely fantastic as Jonathan Larson. Just see that story of him just doing anything to be successful and make his goddamn, musical be noticed. Like we all can relate to that. Denzel Washington, it's the tragedy in Macbeth I've not seen, but Denzel's an all-star actor. Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog was good. And Javier Bardem, I expected him to get nominated because of the J.K. Simmons nomination. So if it were to me, I would like either Will Smith or Andrew Garfield to take this. But I think Cumberbatch might win it. I hope he doesn't, but I hope Will or Andrew takes this.
Yeah. Low. I couldn't help but notice you were shaking your head.
No, because I think you might agree with me here, but I mean, nothing against being the Ricardos, Aaron Sorkin, Nicole Kidman, or Javier Bardem, but from what I've heard, it's a subpar film. I had no interest in seeing it, honestly. I feel like Bradley Cooper at least should have got a nomination. He gave a hell of a performance in Nightmare Alley. He acted his ass off from beginning to end, his rise and his fall. He was brilliant, and I agree with you as well. I'm rooting for Andrew Garfield, but I think the Academy's going to give it to Will Smith. But I will say this: the passion that Andrew Garfield was singing with every time, like the film got back to him on stage doing what was it? It was Tick Tick Boom on stage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time it went to the stage and he was just doing his monologues, he was just like speaking from his heart, and it was beautiful. And I think that I think what you're getting at, Zach, is that his performance was more natural versus someone trying to win an award. So I think that's interesting. I'm gonna watch King Richard soon. I'll judge it, but we'll see. I think the Academy might just give it to Will Smith because he's been nominated so many times, and this might be his give me Oscar. All the actors get a give me Oscar, so
it will annoy the fuck out of me.
Right.
Clearly. Even though as much as I love Will Smith, I mean, he's been great for so many years. Like, you know who else was great for so many years? Was Leonardo DiCaprio. And you know what?
I really wanted Leo to get in here.
The Academy gave him an award for one of his mid performances. I said it. The Revenant is it's a great film. I love The Revenant. I have so many memories of going to the theater to see The Revenant. The Wolf of Wall Street was Leo's time to win the Oscar. And it was
Django Unchained. He didn't even get nominated.
Django Unchained even. I would have accepted that. But Wolf of Wall Street, yeah, absolutely. It would have been I do agree with you though, Lo. It would have been nice to see Javier Bardem subbed out with a Bradley Cooper, who I feel like gave his best performance since Silver Linings Playbook with Nightmare Alley. And also Jacob Hubbard in the chat. I mean, I would have loved to have seen a Nicolas Cage in here for Pig.
He get Nicolas Cage. Yeah,
I would love to see
way
Nicolas
better than
Cage
Bradley Cooper in Nightmare Alley.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I don't know if
Nicolas Cage. Yes,
I don't know if I'd go that far, Ryan.
Hey, that restaurant scene though, that when he's talking to his old chef or whatever. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah. All right, Ryan. Too. What you got?
All right.
Who is it?
All right. Javier Bardem, bro. Please, just like stroll yourself out of here. Just stroll out of the way real quick.
Mhm.
Will Smith, here, let me just give you this plastic Oscar I just got at the Welcome to I Love New York store. So here you go for winning the Best Out of the Year Oscar. Congratulations. Denzel, I feel like he's here because he's Denzel and it's Macbeth. You know, just two great things clashing. I don't really see it going anywhere. I think Benedict's gonna win this one, but
Really?
I want Andrew to
Wow.
win this. I want Andrew to win
Unfortunately.
this so fucking badly, bro.
Andrew
Dude,
Andrew deserves this.
when
Like,
I tell you I'm obsessed with Tick Tick Boom, like, bro, he encapsulates Jonathan fucking Larson.
he
This
does.
dude literally learned to sing for a year prior to this
Mhm.
movie. Like, bro, if that's not an actor, like,
Correct.
bro, Will Smith did
Yeah,
not
Bradley
practice.
Cooper. I agree with Jacoby. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's all good. But like you don't see these other actors doing all this other type of singing and stuff. Like, yeah, research is research. He's doing research, learning how to sing, and
Right.
dude, production design is amazing in that movie. Dude, he looks like Jonathan Larson. He sounds like
He
Jonathan
does.
Larson. Bro, he takes on his mannerisms. Like, bro, I've watched the videos of Jonathan. I've just like watched them side by side. I'm like, bro, this dude created Jonathan Larson. And
He
if you
did. And
can,
Mhm.
no, go ahead, Zach. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you hit the nail right on the head. I wrote a whole fucking dissertation when I was in college about Jonathan Larson. I researched that guy. I studied him and his work. His story, unbelievably tragic. He was oh my god, he was a talent taken from us way too soon, way too suddenly. Right before the Broadway opening of Rent, mind you, as well. His
The night
masterpiece.
before,
The night
Very
before.
fucking crazy.
Mhm.
He died of
Sad.
aneurysm.
Rest in peace, Jonathan Larson. But
And that's
Andrew,
what I gotta say, dude. That scene of him singing "Why" in the middle of Central Park, dude, fucking
ugh,
amazing.
That will be his when they're announcing the nominees and they show that scene in the
Oh
movie. That'll be
yeah.
that moment.
It's
yeah,
either that or like
that's
when the diner comes down and he's like reaching up in the sky or some shit.
Something, yeah.
part of why I think Andrew Garfield should win, because not only will this solidify his legacy, but Jonathan Larson's as well. I mean, we
Yeah.
all know Jonathan Larson is a freaking legend in the Broadway world, but make him a fucking legend in the film world as well. Please, Academy, make the right decision. Have
And
Andrew Garfield win this. You know,
it's
I'll
also
be,
super fucking inspiring as well. Like,
yeah.
I will
I have
not.
I have a
Dude.
bad feeling with the two noms Tick Tick Boom got. I don't think Andrew's gonna win this.
Dude, I
I-
know. I
he-
know.
Deserves it so much though, but
He deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'll be the most nervous I'll be all night. But Jacob, I did not want The Rock from Jungle Cruise in here as much as I loved that movie. As
Jungle
much as I
Cruise
loved all of his
sucks.
dad jokes. Are you serious?
I've
Yeah.
never seen it still.
You want a spicy take right now? You want chat? You want to get mad at me? The Rock's character introduction in Jungle Cruise may just unironically be my favorite character introduction in film history.
That's bad.
I'm serious. It's so fucking fun. It's literally
Indiana Jones would disagree.
well, I get that, but listen, if you've ever been on the Jungle Cruise ride at Disneyland, I was at Disneyland a month ago. I rode the Jungle Cruise twice. That's literally all it was. They encapsulated the ride perfectly. Down pat. It was awesome. And my freaking like inspiration telling all the damn dad jokes there.
The Rock
Nothing
turned
beats
in.
that.
The Rock turned into
Nothing
a
beats
rock
that.
at the end. The Rock
The
turned into a
backside
rock.
of water.
The Rock turned
The
into a
backside
rock at the
of
end of
water.
that movie.
Oh, we call it O2H over here. But okay, so it looks like up next, after all those hot takes, go Andrew Garfield. Best Actress, Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers. I have not seen that film. Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart for Spencer. Gentlemen, this is one that's very much up in the air, I think.
Kristen Stewart came back in the race.
It's definitely not going to be K-Stu. I'm saying it right now. She's not winning.
You
It's
don't
either
think so,
Olivia
Ryan?
Colman or Jessica Chastain. Or
You
Nicole
think so?
Kidman. Yes, easily. And I'm not saying Olivia Colman and Nicole Kidman did better work. I'm just saying because they are them in multiple Oscar-nominated categories, I think just gives them a slight edge. But like, I thought Spencer was really good. Not personally my favorite film. Yes, she does deserve the nomination, but personally, I think Jessica Chastain should win this. I sort of this same deal with Andrew Garfield and Jonathan Larson. You can say the same thing with Kristen Stewart as Princess Diana, but I feel like Jessica Chastain really nailed it. And ironically enough, Andrew Garfield's in it as well. And I think, man, just their characters alone just perfectly envisioned those two people in real life. And that's the crazy thing. Like when I was watching Spencer, I still saw Kristen Stewart. And I feel like that's the thing that really deviates it for me. Because when you look at look at Colin Farrell in the Batman, bro. If you didn't say that was Colin Farrell, you wouldn't know. And that's when you know it's good makeup. And I think dude, Jessica Chastain's got this, bro, though. She's got this. I'm telling you. I don't think Kristen's gonna win.
You think Kristen's gonna win? Oh, I mean,
I can't say. I haven't seen Spencer yet. I gotta check that out because I've heard so much
for
about
sure.
Kristen Stewart's performance.
Everybody in the chat is rooting hard for Kristen Stewart right now.
A lot of people were very happy in their reactions. Yeah.
Oh yeah. As opposed to
a lot of these I haven't seen. I haven't seen the Eyes of Tammy Faye, Parallel Mothers of Spencer. And I haven't seen Being the Ricardos either. I can't really say anything much about Nicole Kidman. The Lost Daughter, I really wasn't crazy about. So Olivia Colman, it's the Oscars love Olivia Colman. So
buddy.
Yeah.
I would
the Oscars
probably
do love Olivia Colman.
Yeah, I would say Jessica Chastain. So I don't know.
Lo, what are we thinking here?
I'm hella mad because when I saw Spencer in theaters, I thought Kristen Stewart was a shoo-in. Like, give her the award. Give her the award now. Because what's interesting is I wasn't like, oh my God, Spencer's the best film of the year. But what I took from it was, holy shit, Kristen Stewart acted her ass off. I thought she did an incredible job. And not even just like the hard parts or the crying and the screaming, but like the subtle parts too. Like the way her subtle gazes, like the way she looks at her husband when they were just talking, and she did such a fantastic job. Her anxiety in the dinner party. I thought Kristen Stewart I think she deserves it, but whether or not the Academy will acknowledge it, again, that's just a big question mark. Nicole, aka Heartbreak Feels Good in a Place Like This, Kidman. I don't know, man. I mean, I think this field's wide open. I'm really glad Penelope Cruz snuck in. Parallel Mothers was a fantastic surprise. My first Pedro Almodovar film. I thought she did great. But I think you guys are right. I think Olivia Colman's the heavyweight here, and Jessica Chastain. From what I've heard, The Eyes of Tammy Faye is really good, and I heard she's great in it. I need to watch it before I judge it, but I'm rooting for Case 2, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for Case 2 too, but I'm actually going to respectfully disagree with a lot of you because, first of all, number one, I feel like there was a huge snub in this category here, and Ryan number 2 is going to get very mad at me indeed, but Jennifer Lawrence should have been nominated in this category for Don't Look Up. I'm sorry, she was better than every single one of these ladies here, and she is nowhere to be found. But that being said, out of all these candidates here, I mean, I feel like this is Nicole Kidman's to lose. I think, aside from like, this is an exact opposite of what I think about the Best Actor category. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Nicole Kidman has ever won an Oscar before in her entire career. I don't think so. I could be very wrong about that. But if that's the case, I think the Academy is going to be very enticed to give it to Nicole Kidman. If they don't give it to Will Smith, which I hope does not happen, as I don't think I have anything against Will Smith, chat, because I don't want him to win. Nicole Kidman, I just think out of these, I feel like she had the best performance, but I'm rooting for Case 2. Rooting for Case 2 as well.
Hey, props to Jennifer Lawrence for rapping Wu-Tang in the beginning of that movie.
Props to Jennifer Lawrence for getting over a joke about paid snacks throughout the whole show.
That was hilarious.
I fucking love that. Joke. Fucking loved that running
why,
joke.
Though?
I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. But here's an interesting topic, and I'm going to have O'Toole start off this discussion here. Best Director, Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza.
Why?
Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. Jane Campion for Power of the Dog. Ryusuke Hamaguchi for Drive My Car. And Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. Who's missing, O'Toole?
Okay. Paul Thomas Anderson. Are you kidding me? You're telling me that a man that directed just a simple Boogie Nights wannabe over Denis Villeneuve for Dune. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what even is this shit? Steven Spielberg. I'm happy Spielberg got in. I'm happy he did because I was afraid he was going to get snubbed. Again, Drive My Car. I'm not going to pronounce the name, but it just is proof I got to see this movie now. Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, great direction. Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, very happy he got in. But take PTA out. Denis Villeneuve directed an incredible film with Dune, with the visuals, the production, everything about that movie was directed well. Like, what the fuck? Why is Denis Villeneuve not here? It's crazy.
Why is
And he
he not
didn't
here?
even get in for Blade Runner 2049. Like,
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
they just hate his criticism towards streaming. That's really what it is. Just because there's so many streaming movies now, they get put on the Oscars. They're like, we won't have none of this.
We don't want none. We don't want none of this. But yeah, Denis Villeneuve would easily be my pick out of all of these. But since he's not here, I feel like personally Jane Campion could sneak in as the second woman to ever win Best Director for the Academy Awards. I think Spielberg was the best director out of all these, though. I'm being completely honest. I mean, West Side Story was a beautiful looking film. He got the grime down. He got the gritty part of what I want in a West Side Story adaptation down to a T. And it was a big passion project for him. And can you believe that was his first fucking musical? I can't believe that. So I'm hoping Spielberg takes this one home, but very possible it could be Jane Campion as well. But what are we thinking?
My pick was
go ahead,
actually
Ryan.
my pick was actually Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. I really hope he wins this, but I think Jane Campion will take it for The Power of the Dog. If I can pronounce her last name right.
Oh, damn you, Lo. Damn you, Lo. I do not have a musical bias.
I was trying to be subtle, man.
I do not have a musical bias, damn it.
Then he would want John M. Chu for In the Heights.
Yeah, he wanted
Please.
John M. Chu to be nominated.
Where the fuck was he?
That was what
Huh?
we were saying when In the Heights came
No,
out. John
why
M.
are we
Chu
not asking where Lin-Manuel Miranda is?
or
for Tick, Tick,
Lin-Manuel
Boom?
Miranda.
Tick, tick, boom. Yep. That
Yeah,
was
that
a
would've been
And Lin, yeah.
fantastically directed film, if you ask me. But Ryan, who's your pick out of all these?
Unfucking fortunately, it's Steven Spielberg. But I
Why
want
unfortunately?
I want Kenneth Branagh to win because
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg is gonna win based off his name alone, and then you add West Side Story to that, bro. Like, come on, how do you not win? I'm gonna say the same thing for Best Picture as well. Like, bro, you got Steven Spielberg, one of the most notorious, famous directors and filmmakers of all time, and you take West Side Story, the biggest cult hit of all time. You mix them together. You think that the woman who played I forgot the character's name for supporting actress in the original film won and got nominated. Same thing's happening, bro. It's happening again, and I'm convincing it's happening again. But I want to see Kenneth Branagh win, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Branagh perfectly, dude. Every shot was just so purposeful and just so meticulous, and I loved every second of it. But unfortunately, still, I love Steven Spielberg, but I don't think this is not the movie he should win for.
Yeah.
The
Jacob
actress's
in the
name
chat
is Rita
disagreed.
Moreno.
Rita
actress
Moreno,
name is
yes.
Rita
Mhm.
Moreno.
She was in the movie too. That was pretty cool.
She was. Yes.
Yep, she was the female Doc, which I think was a great change that they made. They had her sing Somewhere, which it took me a while to get used to, but it's a great little change there. By the way, one snub for Best Actress that I forgot to mention was Rachel Zegler. I would have loved to have seen her on that list. Would have loved to have seen her on that list, but
for sure.
Alas. Lo, despite my musical bias and Steven Spielberg, do you think he's winning?
No, hey, you know what, man? I was busting your chops, man. But to be honest,
No.
Steven Spielberg,
I get you.
Hey, he's a legend for a reason. And to be fair, as much as I didn't vibe with West Side Story, I can see the passion he put into it. I can see the production value. Like Steven Spielberg has been wanting to do this for some time, actually. I think for a few decades now, he's been it's been on his back burner. He just never got to do it. So I don't know if that's gonna get him the win. I think Jane Campion's the front runner here. Regardless if Power of the Dog wins Best Picture, I think Jane Campion's the front runner. But I just want to say, shouts out to Ryusuke Hamaguchi. He's not gonna win, but that's my favorite film of 2021, man. I'm so happy they gave him a nomination.
Drive My Car.
You
Absolutely.
guys got to see it. It's really freaking good, man.
Yes,
I saw it twice.
I would love to see it. I would love
That's
to
the
see
only
Drive
Best
My
Picture
Car.
nom I haven't seen yet. So I gotta check.
Yeah. We'll get to that in just a moment. But I gotta thank Jacoby in the chat for telling me that Nicole Kidman did win Best Actress for The Hours, which is another movie I have not seen. So I gotta put that on my list. Thank you, Jacoby. But gentlemen, we're at the big one. Best Picture. They have 10 nominees this year.
We made it.
Yeah,
here they are.
10. Some of the ones
here they are. We got 10 for once. We got the full limit, but it's going to be Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, or West Side Story. One of those is taking home Best Picture, my friends. And it's like literally such a long list that I can't fit it all on the stream here. But I mean, Dune is probably not going to win Best Picture this year. I'm just being honest. They're probably going to wait until the
especially
end
if they didn't nominate their director.
No, they're going to wait until the end.
Let's just give him an award for making the best movie, but not award him for being the creative director for actually making it.
Let's wait until Dune Part 3 and have it pull a Return of the King and have it sweep everything.
Return of the King,
But as much as I'd love to see Nightmare Alley take this one home, I mean, it's a great freaking film. Power of the Dog could sneak in if it's not the last award given out this year. I mean, it wasn't the main event last year because I was thinking it was going to be a different Best Actor than they gave, but I'm not gonna dwell on that too much. That was an incorrect prediction for a lot of us last year, but I mean, it's tough. It's a tough call. I don't want to say West Side Story because everybody's gonna be saying I have a musical bias, but out of all of these, I'm gonna say Don't Look Up. I mean, that was my number 2 film from last year. I'm just going off of what I think is the best film out of this group here. Technically, my Best Picture would be Spider-Man: No Way Home if it was nominated because that was my number 1. But the highest film on my list, I'm gonna say Don't Look Up. Personally, I'm sorry, Ryan,
just
but
stop,
Low.
No way, bro. No
I don't know if you guys have seen the statistics, but a lot of Best Director and Best Picture films are almost synonymously linked. So that spells doom for Dune. I would love to see Dune steal this, but they'll probably give it to Denis Villeneuve on Part 2 if it lives up to its
there's enough outrage for this one.
I think Power of the Dog is the front runner. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do what you think, Zach. If they give Spielberg Best Director, West Side Story might just take this here. As much as I wasn't terribly fond of it.
I would love that.
I think West Side Story is a dark horse. I think Power of the Dog is the front runner. And if any of these other films even like have sniff it and steal it, it'll be a miracle in my opinion. So.
Yeah. Jacoby made a great point. The year Argo won Best Picture, Ben Affleck was not nominated for Best Director. So, I mean, I'm not ruling out Don't Look Up because of that. I'm not ruling out Dune or hell, even Nightmare Alley. Guillermo del Toro was kind of snubbed for Best Director as well, in my opinion. But I definitely see what you're saying. I mean, I would love to see West Side Story take it home. And I will not be upset in the slightest. But if it is Power of the Dog, I mean, fine, whatever. That's a B+ film. I don't really care. But Ryan number 1. We'll start with Ryan number 1 actually on this one. What you got? What do you think?
Don't feel bad for people calling you a musical bias. People call me a Marvel bias all the time.
Yeah.
So my personal pick is obviously Dune. Dune's fantastic. I think, like Lo said, because of no Best Director, it possibly won't win. But yeah, Argo did win without Ben Affleck getting that Best Director nomination. So yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. Tick Tick Boom was also snubbed. Nightmare Alley, get out of here. Licorice Pizza, get out of here. Put No Way Home and Tick Tick Boom. It would have been a great list for me. But West Side Story, it could sneak up and win. Power of the Dog, I agree. It is the front runner in this category. I like that King Richard got in here. And so Power of the Dog, it's kind of like the Nomadland for this year. It's like the one we don't want to win, but it's the front runner. So
I really hope Power of the Dog doesn't win this, but I mean, it's probably going to. Ryan, too?
I fucking hate this. I really don't want West Side Story to win, but dude, I'm almost confident it's gonna win. Like everyone keeps saying it's a black sheep, bro. This is the most almost obvious next to the Power of the Dog being second. It's one of those two, but I'm like it's 90% West Side Story right now. I want Belfast to win out of all of these, but West Side Story, that's man, bro. They're really asking for some reaches there, bro. That my arm just can't fucking go. Yeah, no, I've said all that I need to. I think this movie's solely gonna win based off the maker of it, Steven Spielberg, and it being one of the most notorious film / Broadway productions ever made. So
yeah.
That
plus I feel like it's a better film than the 1961 version. I have rewatched both of them. I've seen West Side Story. I've seen this West Side Story in theaters 3 times now. You heard me right. 3 times, my friends.
I don't know about 3 times. I don't know about 3 times, but yeah.
I barely knew
I don't
about
care
one
what
time.
you say about my freaking musical bias. It's a great film, and I will be very
I saw
happy.
In the Heights 3 times, so
I saw In the Heights 3 times as well. It's great, and it's nowhere to be found on this list. Curiously, yeah, but no Last Duel, no Last Night in Soho, which I would have loved to have seen on this list. But yeah, I would take out Licorice Pizza for put something like Last Duel in there, perhaps. But yeah, Power of the Dog could sneak in. But my pick is Don't Look Up. Who have I? Lo, I've already gotten your pick. You were
Jodie Comer snub. Jodie Comer.
Jodie Comer,
actress.
Jodie Comer, man. Yeah.
Yes,
she was
but guys,
phenomenal.
Yes, absolutely phenomenal stuff. But there you go, my friends. Holy crap, we're at 2 hours. We're at 2 hours into the stream.
Nothing like the 90s tournament, though.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody go check out these lovely people at their socials down in the description box below. There is so much internet traffic over here where I am. But yeah, Lo, where can we find you and where can we follow you on Twitter and all that stuff?
So on Twitter and Letterboxd at Marcellus Durden. I'm also one of the 4 Suit Up Geeks. Follow us on Twitter at the Suit Up Geeks. We have a huge Boba Fett finale tomorrow. We have some special guests going to be on that tomorrow.
Yeah, we do.
7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. It's the Boba Fett finale, and who knows what's going to happen. It's going to be crazy. Also, really quick, I want to shout out the films that were completely shut out of this. Ryan might agree with me. Come on, Mass, what the hell?
Come on.
Come on. Some acting nominations.
I gotta see. Come on.
What's going on, guys? But yes, thank you for having me, Zach. It's always a pleasure. Check out the Suit Up Geeks.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Ryan, Suit Up Geeks as well. You can check him out. Where can we follow you?
You guys can always follow me. Twitter, just Ryan again. You know, I only post the correct takes. That's about. That's what I'm saying. I only post the correct takes, obviously, because Mess is a masterpiece. Love
get out of here.
Get
out of here, you idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good fucking movie. And I gotta say one thing about the Mandalorian season 3 finale tomorrow.
Yes, the Mandalorian season 3 finale.
Mandalorian.
Dude, Loretto, I'm sorry, but regardless of how good the episode is, I'm tearing the season as a whole the largest asshole.
Yeah.
So I hope you're prepared for that.
To each their own. Different strokes for different folks.
I get you for sure.
Telling me.
Ryan O'Toole, where can we follow you, my friend?
Yeah, Zach, thanks for having me on, man. Blast to talk Oscar nominations as well with Lo and Ryan, as always. You guys can find me on Ryan O'Toole on YouTube. It is right there, like Zach has there. I do have a Twitter as well, at Ryan O'Toole MR. I also have a letterbox, Ryan O'Toole Movies, Instagram, Ryan O'Toole Movies, where I talk about the newest movies. I will as well be talking The Mandalorian Season 3, the whole entire series. So look forward to that.
Sons
review.
of bitches.
We try this.
Yes, and I as well will be covering all the newest movies hitting theaters this week, like The Death on the Nile. So yes, look forward to all that stuff.
Awesome. And go subscribe to them, absolutely. And if you haven't already, hit that big fat subscribe button down below for myself as well. That would be super rad if you guys could help me get to 1,000 subscribers. It would mean the absolute world. What you can expect from me, I will be continuing my Harry Potter playlist. And actually, shortly after we wrap up here, I will be recording my thoughts on Game of Thrones Season 6. Very excited to announce that. I did watch the Battle of the Bastards, and I thought it was freaking phenomenal.
Oh my god,
bro. Loved it so much.
So
it's one of the best freaking pieces of entertainment I've ever seen in my life. And I will also say, yes, I will be looking at Death on the Nile. Marry Me, unfortunately, with Owen Wilson and Jennifer Lawrence. Okay. Yeah, because that's a banana meter film. That's a banana meter film. Expect that. And yeah, I'm just going to be talking, the usual, the Book of Boba Fett, not the Mandalorian Season 3. We're not quite there yet. I mean,
Boba Fett's only been in like 4 episodes, and Mando's about to be in 3. So
how much screen time does he have?
Yes. So, so expect all of that. I will be looking at basically Book of Boba Fett finale, which probably will only have like 15% Boba Fett in there himself.
Probably.
So let us know what you thought down in the comments section, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Love each other, love the movies, as my buddy Ren Geekness would say. Stay tuned, guys.
Thanks, guys.
This was fun.